Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who loves to watch true crime, but only if it's shoplifting, Pete Schwaba.
It's true. I don't like the serious crimes. I like the forgivable crimes. Or the crimes that people commit maybe when they're just hungry or want a really cool comb. Something like that. Hey, welcome to Nite Lite. Great to have you here, folks. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope wherever you're joining us from, it is a wonderful night for you here in the great state of Wisconsin. It is so fun to be on the air tonight because this is going to be an excellent show. I've got some great guests tonight, great question, and some really fun stuff to talk about. And on the other side of the glass from me, both of us fighting illness, is Conrad Krieger.
Hello.
What's the matter, man? What are your symptoms?
Everything.
Think you got scurvy again?
What is that one again? Is that
That's
like
the teeth and the gums? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
rickets is like when it affects your bones. All those old sailor.
I was on a pirate ship and I got it.
Yeah, it happens, man. So seriously, what do you got? Like a sore throat or something?
Yeah, just everything to deal with the throat. Probably hear it in my voice a little bit.
Same, dog. No, I've not been sick. Like my daughter had the flu. I talked about that, and I was ultra careful. But I think being in Chicago last Saturday, up all night in the cold, I think it caught up to me. But we'll get through it. This is going to be fine. Look, we're not going off to fight a war. We are doing radio. I think we'll both be fine. And, it's going around. Everything's going around. There's like flu, there's cold, there's RSV, all kinds of stuff. So eventually it's going to get you. But we'll get through this show, and we'll have a lot of fun doing it tonight. We've got, this is going to be fun. At 5:35, there's a cat named Rex Sykes who comes on this show once in a while to tell us about a really cool organization he founded co-founded called Mission 1 Billion. It's a networking thing for people in show business trying to get into show business, and they have a speaker every so often who shows up in Milwaukee and hangs with people and networks and kind of just tells people what their experiences in the business were like. And I think the last guest they had was a woman from the SAG-AFTRA, Screen Actors Guild, and this next event they have, which is actually tomorrow night, they have a guy named Daniel Pico. So Rex and Daniel will be on the show at 5:35 to give us a little preview of what's going to take place tomorrow night at their event. And then we've got Wisconsin native Olivia Witt, very funny comedian. She lives in New York now. She ditched us for the comedy mecca that is New York. That's forgivable. But Olivia will be here at 6:35. Very excited to talk to her. And then at 7:20, Conrad, you know who's coming into the studio?
Green Bay Llama.
An actual llama in name only. It's, we've got the Green Bay Llama on the show tonight. And I've kind of been following this. I've heard about this guy. His name is Jason Jerry, but he founded this website and this group, this local group called the Green Bay. I don't even know. I don't have the total title in front of me, but it's the Green Bay Llama Society. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Jason, I've gone back and forth with him a little bit on Facebook, and I'm really excited that he is willing to come into the studio. It's going to be a really good time talking to him about some of the things that are happening here locally in the surrounding areas of our Nite Lite studios here. And I'm guessing, Conrad, that he is a Packer fan. I can't confirm that, but my guess is he'll have some thoughts on what transpired this past weekend and what the Packers do moving forward. Maybe he won't. I don't know. Maybe he's just more of a local politics or events guy. But either way, we will get to know the Green Bay Llama, Jason Jerry. He will be here in the third hour at 7:20. And pardon me, we've got lots of fun stuff to talk about too. I don't know. This is interesting. When you get sick, Conrad, do you always try to trace where it happened or who you got it from?
No, I just say, how can I get better?
Okay,
Yes.
That's a very healthy attitude.
As soon as I noticed it this morning, I got a hot cup of Joe.
Okay. Well, what does that do for you? What is
Just
it, coffee?
it just helps, kind of soothe.
Okay.
I need to get some zinc and vitamin C, like Sherry said last night.
Zinc, yeah, absolutely. See, Sherry's the one you talk to. And as soon as I went home last night, I got zinc, I got more vitamin D, I got echinacea, and I got extra C. I am set. Like, I felt worse last night than I felt tonight. And I think it's because of my little home remedies and with help from people like Sherry and stuff like that. So, but my wife is one of those people. She will hold a grudge. She will she'll go, oh, yeah, that's when I had the flu that I got from your dad. Like, she'll always put a footnote in there of who gave it to her. It's like she's vindictive when it comes to illnesses. And I'm like, I don't care where, it just, that's what happens. Stuff gets passed around. You can't hold grudges.
My
But I
brother
find
still
that funny.
holds a grudge against me. When we were younger, I gave him strep throat.
He remembers that?
I didn't show any symptoms or anything. I just gave it to him.
How'd you do that?
I don't know.
He's just making it up, it sounds like.
Well, I think
He
I
needs a scapegoat.
tested positive for it,
Oh, you did? Okay.
but I didn't show one symptom for it. And then he got it, and then he showed every symptom for it.
I did that once. I was wrestling with my son when he was like 4, and he literally sneezed right in my mouth. And I'm like, well,
Oh,
I'm going
no.
to clear my calendar the next couple days and drink some water and see what happens. It's the Greater Green Bay Society of the Llama. That's Jason's group. And they're on Facebook. Check them out. It's a fun follow. That's what I was. That's the name of the group. It's all, but they also go by Green Bay Llama. Unless there are more than one llama group. You think there could be in Green Bay? I doubt it. All right, we'll get back to me, Kyle. So lots of stuff to talk about. We also have, this is kind of a fun question tonight, I think. I'm going to wait. Conrad's got a phone call, so we'll do it after Con takes his call. He's probably making a long-distance call to some girl he met online. But we'll do that, and we will talk about, let's get to, Con, I think we can't waste any more time. Let's get to the Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Question.
Questions.
Who is your current movie or TV crush? You could spend a lot of time thinking about that one because there's so many people on TV or in movies that I think we probably want to date. Aside from my wife, of course. If I wasn't married, who would be my movie or TV crush? So who would be yours? Be part of the show, folks. Let us know at 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the stream if you're watching the radio at Facebook, YouTube, or X. Let us know. Drop us a stream comment, and we will read it on the radio. And if you're there, give us a like or a follow if you're so inclined. I'm going to go first. Carrie Coon. Love her. Wisconsin actress. She was in White Lotus this last season, and she is outstanding, and she's so talented, and I'm attracted. She's very pretty, but I'm attracted to her talent, Conrad. It's not all about looks.
Okay.
So think about that before you give your answer.
Mine is Odessa Azaya.
I have to Google that.
She's on Marty Supreme on that movie, but she's also
Okay.
on. I've never seen the show, but she's on I Love LA, that new HBO Max show.
Okay.
And I just think she's a great actress.
What's
What
her
else?
last name? Odessa.
A Zion.
You have to help me out there. A-Z.
A apostrophe.
Oh, it comes right up. Oh, yeah, I've seen her. Oh, she's great.
She
Yeah, I'm a fan.
played such a good part in Marty Supreme. Like I don't think she won for Best Supporting Actress, but I think she should have because
Wow.
she was really great in Marty Supreme.
Tim Chalamet, no slouch either, bringing home the best actor for the Golden Globes. We'll talk a little bit about the Golden Globes. So there you go. That's your question of the night, folks. Let us know who your favorite or who your current crush is, because they change. You know, I went through a Julia Ormond month a while back, and now I'm on to Carrie Coon. So that's the fun thing about celebrity crushes. They're never going to happen. You have no shot. I have no shot. So you can say, you know, the sky's the limit. Let us know who your current crush is from TV or movies, or any celebrity for that matter. We've got a phone call. Con.
Yeah, Richard from Waukesha.
Richard from Waukesha. I know him. Hey, Richard.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing pretty well. How are you tonight?
I'm I'm recuperating from what I diagnosed on myself.
Oh dear.
Throat problems.
Oh no.
I used to work at a greasy spoon, and I seen everything. Mold. You
Oh,
don't
jeez.
necessarily have to see it, and it can affect your throat.
Yeah. What?
Bad coffee, numerous bread. You can have invisible mold. A good thing for it is toast with peanut butter and hot honey
For a sore throat.
for a sore throat.
Okay.
It'll like sand out your throat, and you'll find out, it's like taking a scab off and getting new skin.
Gee. But you're saying this happened. You got a sore throat from an old greasy spoon and eating bad
Yeah.
bread and bad coffee.
Yeah, I figure out afterwards. I'm a coffee lover.
Yeah, same.
And I eat a lot of sandwiches, and where I live, I have trouble, like, because of dampness,
Okay.
and the bread, it sneaks up on you. All of a sudden, it doesn't look bad, but it's old. So I actually started putting it in freezers right away. So
Yeah.
I didn't have to question it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So are you saying you have a sore throat right now, Richard? Or
Well, I got a little bit of issues with my throat because of
oh man, it's like a chronic thing.
soda water. Sometimes a little too much soda water will dry
Okay.
your throat out. Heat. I've got arthritis, so I like to have the heat up,
Okay.
and that's dry. Then
Wow.
it's a painkiller.
We don't.
Heat
All right.
for arthritis.
Here's what we're gonna do. We don't usually do this, Richard, but Conrad is gonna make a house call. Give us your address. He should be there in a few hours, and he will give you a head-to-toe examination. How does that sound?
I'm fine. I'm like laying back and enjoying the programs.
Conrad just breathed a huge sigh of relief, too, by the way.
Sweetheart actress,
Yeah, please.
Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know she's been around a long time, but I've just thought she was great for a long time.
Very talented
Oh.
actress, no question. Richard,
Oh, yeah.
please take care of yourself. And if we
You
run
too.
across Nicole Kidman, we'll send her there to make the house call.
Yeah, and plenty of fluids.
Okay. Have a great night. That's Richard
You too.
from Waukesha. I couldn't tell if he was getting like dirty there at the end or what, but either way, it's just fine. It's good to talk to Richard. Let us know who your current crush is from TV or movies. We've got all kinds of stuff to talk about tonight, folks. News, sports, and weather is coming up in just 10 minutes. We will keep you informed here at Civic Media. We've got coaches fired tonight, Conrad. And I know that they're trying to work out a deal for Matt LaFleur, but we're going to talk about that, and I wonder if that makes things interesting. If there's another guy you think the Packers might have their eye on, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the new most famous podcast, too, that just won a Golden Globe. The first ever in that category. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
My Lord. Oh, my Lord. I really want to know you. I really want to go with you. I really want to show you, Lord, that it won't take long, my Lord.
You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight.
Welcome back.
You're my starlight.
This is Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba. It is great to have you here. We're doing Tuesday like it's Thursday. We're going a little crazy tonight on a Tuesday because, as we know, as the great Newman from Seinfeld once said, Tuesday has no feel. We're trying to give Tuesday a feel here tonight at Nite Lite, and it is great that you were part of it. News, sports, and weather coming up in just about 7 minutes. Last night, Conrad, I kind of vented about, I watched the game Saturday night in a sports bar, and then I saw some comments. All people in sports do this, no matter who you're cheering for. They call some, not all, but I feel like it's egregious. They go too far when they call players on the opposing team bitches. I just think that's like, come on. You're sitting in your living room watching this game. You don't need to, or in a bar, just like calling it another play. It's just so stupid. So, and it goes too far. Like, it's one thing to cheer for a team. Like, do you do that? You don't behave like that, do you?
No, no, not really. I mean, I will like kind of shout and be like, "Oh, come on," or
Sure.
something like that.
Oh,
but,
of course. And you shout at the other team. But I mean, to
actually,
emasculate a professional football player from the comfort of your living room when you're doing nothing is ridiculous to me.
Yeah, when you're sitting there eating nachos.
Yeah, exactly.
But when McManus missed all those kicks, I did say you suck. So.
Okay, that's fair. So I write these voice texts to myself to remind myself to talk about stuff on the air. So what I meant to voice yesterday in the morning, I just wrote a quick note to myself, fans calling opposing team players bitches. But this is what my voice text picked up. And I've done this in the past. I've gotten things wrong. Here's what what was recorded to my phone. Fans backing plate notices.
Yeah, that exactly.
So that's another thing I want to talk about. I'm tired of these fans backing plate notices.
I mean, why do they keep doing it?
I don't know. Go paper, go ceramic, whatever. You don't need to get that in depth. That's just silliness right there. Amy Poehler, the #1 podcast, she won a Golden Globe. It was the first year they allowed podcasts to win Golden Globes. Now, I love Amy Poehler. She's very funny, incredibly talented. But the Call Her Daddy podcast, the Dax Shepard podcast, he's a celebrity too. Some of these podcasts have been on for years. My buddy Jimmy Pardo has a great podcast. I feel like Amy Poehler just launched hers last year. And she wins the cat. Like, that seems wrong to me. Like, Call Her Daddy. I've never listened to it. I don't know anything about Alex Cooper. But she is a grinder. Like, she has been on. She's been trying to get this podcast going forever. It eventually did. Now it's huge. Now I think she's got TV deals. But Amy Poehler, she just launched it. Of course she's going to get all the A-list guests because she's Amy Poehler.
What did Nite Lite rank?
Well, we're live radio, pal. I don't know if you knew
But we
that.
do got a podcast as well, too.
Yeah, we do have a podcast. Check it out at civicmedia.us. That was a great
Yes.
segue. So, Wisconsin, I thought this was interesting. At some point tonight in the show, folks, I'm not going to reveal when. I'm going to tell you where Wisconsin ranked on a list for raising a family. We got good marks, and it's from Wallet Hub. And at some point, I will roll that out. You're going to want to hear that because I think we should be very proud of ourselves. But right now, I want to ask you, LaFleur, it looks like breaking news, not breaking news, but I saw on WBAY earlier, they're trying to work out a deal. That was the latest update. But you've got Kevin Stefanski now out of a job, 2-time coach of the year, Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, Mike McDaniel. What do you think they're going to do? I know they like LaFleur. It's not like he's a bad coach.
They're going to keep LaFleur.
Yeah.
I mean,
are they going to extend him, though?
Obviously, we need other changes, too.
Yeah.
Special teams, that needs a huge upgrade there.
Sounds like someone's angling for a kicking tryout.
Well, maybe I could kick better than McManus, but...
Hey, Sherry Stocco was on the show last night.
She could probably kick better
she
than
kicked
McManus.
a field goal. And she was a soccer player, but I saw a post she did on Facebook about a month ago or whatever, and she was a badass. Like, she kicked a field goal. It was great.
I'm just, it's Mike Tomlin with his, letting go. He told the team, I'm stepping down So if any team actually wants him, they have to trade for him.
Is that true?
Yeah.
So wait, because that's how I read it too. He walked away,
Yeah, he stepped down.
but they're still on the hook for the money, even though he's saying no thanks.
Yes. So if
That's
any
weird.
team actually wants him as a coach, they have to trade for him.
Okay, but here's the thing. If you want Mike Tomlin or John Harbaugh, two guys who've won Super Bowls, and maybe that puts them a notch above LaFleur, but basically you'd be hiring Matt LaFleur. They make the playoffs every year. I know LaFleur hasn't gotten to a Super Bowl yet or won one, but he hasn't been at it as long as those guys either. So I would say keep LaFleur because he gets you to the playoffs every year, typically.
I think he needs a new cast around him too. Not Jeff Hafley. Jeff Hafley's amazing, but
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that he doesn't take a head coaching job this year. Even though he definitely could. He could definitely be a head coach.
Where did their defense end up ranking at the end of the year? They were like top 5 for most of the year, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the year, they kind of, tribute to Nixon letting a lot of passes go through and a lot of 15-yard penalties.
You complain about him every night. Conrad, what was your favorite movie last week? Yeah, that Nixon sucks. I don't know.
I got to say, he said today in an interview that he achieved all of his goals this year.
Really?
I said, so he got his one tackle and his one pass breakup and coasted the rest of the year.
You got to keep the bar low, dude. Otherwise, you're never going to achieve your dreams. Brett on the text line in the 920 says, when you say llama, is that as in Dolly or love child of sheep and horse? First of all, I didn't know there was a love child or if that was possible between a sheep and a horse. But you're just going to have to hang in there, Brett, because we're going to tell you in hour number 3. We're going to give you all the straight dope about the Green Bay Llama. So our question of the night, folks, is who is your current crush when it comes to movies or TV or any celebrity? We'll read your text, be part of the show. News, sports, and weather coming up next. And then we are going to talk about a really cool event happening this week in Milwaukee. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
For the caller.
waterfall. I wanna dry them off. When you're feeling blue, I think it's just a
Welcome back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. It is great to have you here tonight, folks. Thanks for joining me. Stacy Sue on the social media says Jude Law is her current crush when it comes to TV or film. Jude Law. There you go. Stacy Sue. I did not peg you as a Jude Law person, so that's interesting. Conrad, did you give yours?
Yeah, Odessa Zion.
You did. Correct. Okay. And then we've got, I love when people get involved in the show. Conrad, we talked about how we were both not feeling particularly well or fighting something. And Andrew from the 262 said, hot tea with lemon, honey, and a shot of brandy helps. They all have benefits from helping to open the lungs, soothe the throat, and sleep. It's so funny. I don't know if, I've been in Wisconsin long enough now where I'm not sure if the brandy is just because it's a Wisconsin thing or if that really does help. Or if it's because we're in Wisconsin, we need booze. I'm not sure about that. So feel free to share, folks. All right, this is exciting, folks. My first guests tonight are part of an event that happens tomorrow night called Mission 1 Billion. And joining me now on Nite Lite are Mission 1 Billion founder or co-founder Rex Sykes, and his featured guest tomorrow night is producer Daniel Pico. They both join me tonight. Guys, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
Someone's muted. I think Daniel might be muted.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Oh, they're both muted. Did we mute them, Con? Are we responsible for this muting? We'll figure it out, folks. But these guys are here. This event takes place tomorrow night. It's as I mentioned, it's an event that has been founded by or co-founded by Rex Sykes, and it's kind of a networking thing. So if you're in the business or want to be, you should drop by this cool event. We'll tell you where it is and talk about what you can expect if you decide to drop by. Do we have these guys now?
Can you hear me?
Oh,
I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
We'll figure it out. I'll read some text. Oh, there's
Yes.
somebody. There's Daniel.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
Yes or no?
That was like not a mutiny. It was more of a muting knee. So I'm glad you guys figured it out on your end. And it's great to have you on the show. Welcome to Nite Lite.
Great. Thank you for having me.
Thank
You're
you.
very welcome.
Pete?
Yeah, always, Rex. Do you guys have a favorite celebrity, a crush, someone that you wish you could date from TV or movies?
Oh, it was you.
Well, naturally.
It's obviously it's you.
Just
And
for
by
my
the way, I
personality,
would say,
though.
you look marvelous. Are you wearing a turban?
I'm wearing a hat because I'm trying to keep my core temperature at a good. I'm just,
It behooves you. I mean, it's great. You should have flowing robes. I mean, you look very scholarly with that. The way that.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not opposed to. Actually, I don't know that there are many radio hosts in Wisconsin, certainly, that are wearing turbans. I'm open to that, but any kind of headpiece, I think, elevates the show. What do you guys think, though? Do you have someone that you wouldn't mind courting?
Oh.
My wife wouldn't let me answer a question like that in public.
It's all for fun. We're shooting for the moon here. There's this is never going to happen.
Look, I'm married. She's married. Mary Elizabeth Wanstead, years and years ago, she was my heart.
Nice. Okay.
But obviously, all of our lives have gone in different directions, so that dream is gone.
Okay.
And I shouldn't say this because she's a friend of mine, but Kimmy Robertson from Twin Peaks, who played Lucy and the receptionist in the sheriff's station.
Ah.
That I would go with. We've been friends since like 1980. We did a play together, so.
That is a long time to be in the friend zone, and I hope you didn't just make things awkward, Rex. I would hate to see a friendship dissipate over that kind of information becoming public. All right, those are great choices. Thank you, guys. Rex, as one of the founders of Mission 1 Billion, tell us, before we get into what is happening tomorrow night, tell us about the group.
So Mission 1 Billion actually is the brainchild of someone named Dan Brisgell. He's my co-founder partner in this. I partnered with him. We both had similar visions. He just came up with the name and created the nonprofit, and so we partnered. It was a way of saying that there are content creators like Daniel, like yourself, and others who could benefit from some help, collaboration, cooperation, support, to get their projects not only produced but distributed and to profit by them. So it was a way of saying, how do we support filmmakers, especially in Wisconsin, especially now that the incentives are have come back? What can we do to really make a difference? So we have meetings monthly. We've got incredible speakers like Daniel, and you're going to hear from him in just a moment when I shut up. But and we've got educational classes, programs, projects. We do short films or larger projects, and we work together to elevate all of the filmmakers, the content creators, the storytellers, the musicians, the artists, the performers, the actors in the state and elsewhere. Actually, it's a global mission. That's why it's Mission 1 Billion, which Daniel, I'm sorry, Dan came up with a name, and I said, well, 1 billion is too small. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Why are we only going for 1 billion? But
that is ambitious. I hope they don't all show up tomorrow night.
Well, if they do, Schmitty's will be. Do you know that actually there is somewhere, and you can search it, that you could take every person on the planet, stand them side by side, chest to back, kind of thing, and they all fit like in the state of Iowa. I mean, it's not that big as
really.
Yeah, if you took all the people, the mass of people isn't as large as you would expect it to be.
My guess is that Schmitty's is not as big as the state of Iowa.
It is
so
not.
A modest turnout would be great tomorrow.
But yeah, we would like any filmmaker who sees this, who's in the Wisconsin area, whether they're in the west side, the north side, the central, south side, to feel free to come and join us, and to make a point of doing it. We meet every month.
That's excellent. Daniel, tell us a little bit about yourself. I was looking at your IMDb page earlier. You've got tons of credits. You're a very busy guy, and you obviously like to stay busy. But give us some background.
Well, I grew up in Illinois. I went to Columbia College, Chicago, back in the day, and I graduated in 2002. And then I started working in the industry immediately. I did a TV pilot right out of college, and then just have been working in the industry ever since. I've been every job on a set, from caterer, which I have done, all the way up to director producer. Some of the highlights, I worked for people like Joe Pitka, who's a very famous commercial director. I was his in-house editor. He did movies like Space Jam and Let It Ride with Richard Dreyfuss, stuff like that. And had like 5,000 commercials. I mean, the guy was so incredibly prolific, and I learned a huge amount working with him for a couple of years. And then I was a first assistant director on a lot of movies like Cabin Fever, Patient Zero, which was Cabin Fever 3, technically. And then I worked on things like Martha Girl with Larry Clark. I did a film called Somnia that came out last year, and a lot of other great filmmakers, really great experiences. But obviously my passion has always been writing and directing. And 2 years ago, or last year, technically 2024 now, so I got to start getting in that mindset. Right. 2 years ago, TV show that I wrote with David Bianchi called Razor, which was a sci-fi TV show with about hackers and black market crime and a lot of really fun stuff. A lot of cyberpunk themes in it, and that got nominated for a Primetime Emmy, so that was really exciting to be a part of that. And then I had a film play at the Cannes Film Festival at the same time, which was very cool that I got to make here. And went from, I lived in Los Angeles for 13 years, and then I moved to Janesville, which is where I live now. And I've been living here since 2021. Wisconsin has really become my adopted home. I've really enjoyed, I was originally from the Midwest, but to come back and, make really good on my experiences here, and meeting incredible crew and cast and making some really great lifetime connections has been really exciting, and it culminated back in August when we shot a feature film here called The Withering that's coming out in July. So we just literally yesterday I delivered the final cut of the film. So
congratulations. That's so exciting. You'll have to keep us posted on that.
He is very prolific. I mean, it is amazing. We're so fortunate to have him talk tomorrow evening.
So my guests are Rex Sykes. He is one of the co-founders of Mission 1 Billion, a networking group that is meeting tomorrow night at a place called Schmitty's in Milwaukee. Sounds like an absolute gas. And the featured speaker is also here with us tonight. Producer, writer, director, wearer of tons of hats, Daniel Pico. It's so funny you said that because one of my questions, Daniel, was going to be like the modern day conveniences. I noticed on your IMDb page, your company, Pico Entertainment, has a Janesville, Wisconsin address, a Chicago area phone number, and is named after Pico Boulevard in LA. So you're like all encompassing.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So tell us a little bit about like what will you say tomorrow when you talk to people in Milwaukee and potential filmmakers or people who want to break in or people who have already been established? What is your message to them?
Well, I think I'm gonna look to the audience. I'm gonna see kind of what they want to know first,
Sure.
and hopefully I'll be able to answer their questions and whatever their concerns are and their thoughts are. I think my big message that I try to take everywhere is the democratization of film and filmmaking, where I remember once upon a time in the documentary Francis Ford Coppola did for. What was it? Hearts of Darkness. He talked in the end about that, about how one day, these video cameras that they're inventing. This was around 91 or so, and he was saying that these video cameras one day are going to be good enough that some little kid in the backyard is going to make a movie,
Wow.
and it's going to be really beautiful and poetic, and we could dispel with this idea of professionalism, and it'll truly become an art form. And I've always felt that that was something I sort of shrugged off at the time, but now we're here. You
Yeah.
can make I mean, even what was it? The French director who did La Femme Nikita, Luc Besson, just released a trailer of a whole movie he shot on his iPhone, I think called Joan and John or something like that. And
Yeah.
obviously, 28 years later, was shot on an iPhone. I mean, so the technology has now fully gotten to the point where anybody can make a movie. There are no more gatekeepers. Now that has twofold consequence, which is, you have now a ton of films on the market,
Right.
and a lot of it's just, it's completely saturated. So in order to break through, what you really need to do is be able to tell an incredible story, and trying to put emphasis on style and story, and making sure that you have a unique voice in the way you use that voice. And if you can reach an audience by doing exceptional work, you can cut through. So film is democratized, but now everybody's got to vote. So you need to get out there and you got to make sure that your vote counts.
That's great. Rex, when we come back, I'm going to ask how you guys connected. We'll do that after a very short break, and we'll talk about a mutual contact I have with Daniel that I'm not sure he knows about, but we'll discuss that as
I
well.
want to mention something, too, about Hearts of Darkness. So.
Yeah, perfect. All right, we'll do that after this very short break. Right now, Jim from Appleton in the 920 says Jennifer Lawrence is his wannabe girlfriend from TV and movies, and that is aiming high, and I love it, Jim. Great text. We are coming back with Rex Sykes and Daniel Pico. The Mission 1 Billion event is tomorrow night at Schmitty's in Milwaukee. We'll talk more about that.
It's actually Brookfield.
Oh, Brookfield. Okay. So we'll have a few more minutes with these guys when we come back. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
With
Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite. Great to have you with me, folks, wherever you're joining us from around the state. We are talking to Mission 1 Billion co-founder Rex Sykes. He is also a producer and host of the Movie Beat podcast on Spotify. And Daniel Pico, who is a writer, producer, director, and just a filmmaker, Daniel. I think that's what we could say about you, because you seem to do it all. Rex, how did you guys connect?
Well, I'd been familiar with Daniel's work for some time, but we didn't know each other. We actually just recently connected when I asked him if he'd be kind enough to speak at our group. One of the people that I work with, Derek Pfister, and some other people have worked with Daniel, so I've again been familiar with him for a long time. But this is really a first for us.
That's great. So if people show up tomorrow, Rex, just walk us through in a nutshell what the event is like. Some mingling, some drinks, that kind of thing. Daniel talks, and what happens at one of
we
these
meet
events?
at Schmitty's Bar and Grill. It's on Lisbon Avenue in Brookfield, Wisconsin. And if they go to Facebook and they search it, they can find it, or if they find Mission 1 Billion. And they come in and it's pizza night. So if you get a large pizza, you get a free pitcher of soda or beer. We have filmmakers mostly are professional filmmakers, but there are some newbies, and we get new people and new blood coming each week. So you never know for sure who's going to show up, or what level. But it's a good mix of people. There are non-union actors and union actors and union, IATSE people. I mean, it's a good crowd. It's a good mix.
Yeah. Rex, if you are under nuclear attack for some reason, do not feel obligated to finish this interview.
They're starting to come on down.
Yeah, it happens.
I wanted to mention, go back to Hearts of Darkness. A good friend of mine, a guy named Larry Carney, was one of the cinematographers on Hearts of Darkness, and came back from the entire, mishigash of how long it took to film the entire movie and do the documentary and everything, with just tons of stories. I lost touch with Larry. I don't even know. I mean, I don't even know if he's alive, to be honest. So I'd like to reconnect. But he was amazing. Martin Sheen, I knew in the 70s, kind of casually. He was a very different Martin Sheen. He was a James Dean, cigarette smoking, stocking cap, blue cheek jogging Martin Sheen. And then I later met his brother Joe Estevez, who became a friend. And so there's this like Hearts of Darkness and Apocalypse Now. And all these guys have a very soft spot in my heart.
That's awesome. Daniel, was Columbia a good place to study film? I know so many people that went there, and it just seems like a great learning ground.
Oh yeah, I mean, I went there. It's I don't know what it's like now. Although one of my main cast members, Amelia Marie, just graduated there, so maybe she could talk to its current state. But when I went there in the late 90s, it was really exciting. I mean, in 1997, that was such an amazing time for cinema. The independent film movement was coming. I was there during 1999, which was, one of the greatest years in cinema. So I went to a ton of movies during that year. And I remember the connections that I made over going to those films and seeing all that, that great, all those great projects that, live to this day from that year. And if you look it up, I mean, it's incredible, the amount of movies that were made in that year. What was really exciting was just getting hands-on finally and being able to really touch things. And I made connections there that I live to this day. I mean, my cinematographer who just did my feature and a bunch of my shorts here, he was my best man at my wedding. I went to film school with him. Matt Jones, his name is Jeff Silgenberg. He's a great cinematographer. Matt Jones, who is one of my producers, and he's a writer that I work with often, and he helped edit The Withering, my feature. He went to Columbia with me. And Amelia Marie, who's a good friend. I mean, they're all part of that Columbia family, and I have great relationships with a great relationship in particular with Wenhua, who's the current head of film there, and she was an instructor while I was there. I actually assistant directed one of her short films out in Los Angeles. So it was great experiences, great people. During that time, I mean, I hope that anybody who has the opportunity to go to any film school really takes advantage of those years and really dives in. I mean, I remember, I was thinking about this the other day when I got my first film book. It was called The Art of Film. And I remember I took it to the top of the library in downtown Chicago. I think it's the Harold Washington Library. And I brought it all the way to the top floor where they had that big open area where they sometimes do meals and catering and events and stuff. But it was just open and empty. And I remember sitting down up there with it and just reading about film gauges and sizes for the first time and how special and magical it was. I mean, that was an amazing time. And I really hope everybody else who decides to go to a film program has that kind of experience and really does that kind of deep dive.
When on your IMDb Pro page, I know this doesn't really mean anything. You work with someone you might not even have crossed paths, but Dwayne Sharp was in a movie I did years ago, and he is a connection between the two of us. Love Dwayne. Are you friends with him, or was it just a kind of a cat? Okay.
Oh yeah, Dwayne. I mean, we don't talk a lot, but he
Yeah.
runs the casting agency now down in Chicago, and he actually
That's what
helped
I
me
hear,
cast the stuff I shot for Razor here in Wisconsin.
Okay.
I went through his company, so he got me people, and then when I made my feature film, my first big feature, which was Farewell Darkness, which was done in 2007, Dwayne has a small role in that, and I had edited films that Dwayne was in, and he's such a great actor, and he was so much fun.
Great guy, guys. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you for being on the show tonight. Hope the event is a smash, and don't be strangers.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Pete,
you.
great to see you feel good, and thanks so much.
Thank
And
you.
He's very cool. I'm very glad. Thank you for being here, Daniel, and for being there tomorrow.
You
Thank you
got
for
it.
having me.
Daniel is representing in Janesville, people, the southern end of the state here. So great stuff, guys. Thanks so much, and knock 'em dead tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank
Thank you.
All right. That's Daniel Pico and Rex Sykes. If you're interested, check out Schmitty's in Brookfield tomorrow for this event called Mission 1 Billion. And you can learn even more about Daniel and Rex for that matter. All right. We are coming back after news, sports, and weather. We will be talking about where Wisconsin ranks to raise a family. And I'm going to tell you something cool about garlic. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite of the Civic Media Radio Network.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission. and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Kids across America are going to school hungry every day. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. Learn more at helpnokidhungry.org.
We've all felt left out. And for people who move to this country, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Cloudy, breezy, and a light wintry mix possible tonight with a low in the mid-teens. Sunshine returns for tomorrow, still a touch breezy, but much colder with a high near 20. Snow ahead for Thursday and Friday. The wind will pick up and colder temperatures will move into the area. It's 39 right now.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator, whatever your passion.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who likes to talk trash, but only when he's at the dump, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back. All right. Act 2 is underway officially. Hope you all smoked them if you had them. And it's great to have you with me tonight on Nite Lite, regardless of where you're joining us from in our wonderful state. We just had, and I love this too, when we have a local connection too, we had Daniel Pico on, who lives in Janesville. And I was looking at this guy's IMDb Pro page thinking there's no way this guy could live in Wisconsin with all these credits, but he's making it work. So good for him. If you missed hour number 1, we talked a little bit about the Packers coaching situation and Amy Poehler's podcast and lots of fun stuff. We have a great question tonight, and we talked to Rex Sykes and Daniel Pico, as I just mentioned. The event tomorrow night is Mission 1 Billion at Schmitty's in Brookfield. Just a big networking group that is trying to connect people in Wisconsin who want to be in the entertainment industry. So check it out if that is something that tickles your fancy. We've got a great show tonight, folks. Coming up at the bottom of the hour here in the 6 o'clock hour is Olivia Witt, a very funny stand-up comedian originally from Wisconsin who makes her home in New York now. And we will talk to Olivia about what is going on. She's got some really cool stuff to say and things that she's been working on. So we'll have Olivia at 6:35. And then at 7:20 in hour number 3, the Green Bay Llama. Jason Jerry himself will be here, a mythical figure here in Green Bay. I'm excited to meet Jason. This will be his first time on the show, and I've just kind of been hearing about him for a couple of years now in Green Bay, and we've recently connected through social media. He will be here at 7:20 in the studio. Going to be good. Maybe, Conrad, if we're feeling crazy, we get a picture through the window of the Green Bay Llama, our first llama.
I mean, yeah, that would be really crazy.
That would be outstanding. That is the voice of Conrad Krieger, who's working the board tonight. On the other side of the glass, he's quarantining himself because he is under the weather. Are you feeling any better than when we started the show, Conrad?
Not really.
Are you gradually getting worse?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. What do you think you have? The bird flu? What are
you
you
said
working?
scurvy earlier,
I said
so
scurvy.
probably that.
Don't rule out rickets. It's all a possibility.
Rickets doesn't sound good.
I hope it's none of the above. So anyway, we're getting through it, though. We got a lot of fun. I think it's time, Conrad, that we reintroduce our question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda. Question.
Question.
Questions.
Who is your current movie or TV crush? We've got some great answers. We'll get to the text in just a moment. But who is your favorite or current movie or TV crush? Because these things change. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. I was saying, like, mine kind of fluctuate. Just don't tell my wife. She's my ultimate crush.
I mean, usually mine's Sydney Sweeney, but...
Is it really? But you didn't say Sydney Sweeney because you just saw Marty Supreme. That's why I put the word current.
Current,
in
yes,
the,
currently.
In the question.
You know, it was Kate McKinnon, too.
Yes, you've had
when she was on
serious
SNL
thing about Kate McKinnon for, I would say, the first year of this show, Conrad. You talked incessantly.
Well, it was really about how much she makes me laugh.
Yeah, that goes a long way.
Just like every time she talks, I'm just going to be like, I know I'm going to like die laughing here.
It's very funny. And what is it about Sydney Sweeney that you find appealing?
Her acting talents. You don't believe me?
Be honest. She's a fine actor.
I mean, I still got to see The Housemaid. You know, I've heard good things about it.
Listen, you might have a little crush on Amanda Seyfried after you see that. She's really great, too. They look like they could be sisters. The Sweeney sisters, as it were. Shout out to SNL. But Amanda Seyfried's a really good actor, too. So, and it does look like a good movie. So there you go. That's tonight's question of the night. I said Carrie Coon, an actress with ties to Wisconsin. She was most recently in White Lotus. She was in one of the Fargo seasons, and she is just a really talented actor. She's excellent. So, and we should try to get Carrie Coon on the show. We'll make a point to try to.
Yes,
Carrie.
I will reach out.
But do not mention that she's my crush of the week. We don't want that. We don't want to scare her
I think
away.
I should put that in the headline.
Yeah.
Be a guest on Nite Lite.
Wisconsin radio
host
has the hots for you. Please come on his show. It won't be the least bit awkward. Carrie Coon is mine. And Conrad, you're going to have to say the name Odessa.
Azion.
So Sydney Sweeney taking a back seat to Odessa Azion.
And Odessa Azion, her mom is the voice in King of the Hill. No, not Kenny.
So she's a Nepo baby.
Pamela Adlon? That's her mom.
Okay.
And she's the voice of Bobby Hill in King of the Hill.
Yeah, she's a Nepo baby. See, that's what I like about my girl, Carrie Coon. UW Madison grad, worked her butt off, worked her way up. None of this Nepo baby crap, Con. That's a tough circle to crack anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying there's gonna be some legwork involved.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know that Kate Hudson was a Nepo baby until yesterday I think it was yesterday you talked about it.
Yeah.
I didn't know Oliver Hudson was her brother either.
They're both big time. I mean, that they're the epitome of Nepo babies, but talented. Oliver is a pretty decent actor, and Kate Hudson's great, so I have no problem with that. That's great. So let us know who your Celebrity crush, for lack of a, that's an easier way to say it, or who is your current crush in TV and film? You can join us and be part of the show at 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the Civic Media app. Very easy to use. And if you're watching the radio on Facebook, YouTube, or X, drop us a stream comment, and I will read it on the radio. Give us a like or a follow there if you're so inclined. And just a heads up, folks, if you did miss the first hour of the show, there was a whole lot of fun. You can check it out in podcast form at civicmedia.us. So here we go. Away we go. Act 2 is officially underway. I saw this, Con. I thought this was kind of cool. This is Wisconsin. Wallet Hub did this study of the best states for family. Now, let me say right from the get-go, I don't put a lot of stock in this. I think you can raise a family anywhere. I lived in 2 huge cities, had my kids in one of them, raised them the second part of their childhood here. I think you can, if you're a good parent, I think it doesn't really matter that much where you raise your kids, but these lists are kind of fun. And I love that Wisconsin cracked the top 50.
I mean, we're up there.
There's only 50 states, Con. I was hoping
I know.
a little more. Yeah, Wisconsin is 4th. That's outstanding.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And they have these scores. They have all these different, categories. Family fun rank, whatever that is. I don't know. Health and safety rank, education and child care rank, affordability rank, and socioeconomics rank. Those sound kind of like the same things. But anyway, Wisconsin gets a 20 in the family fun rank. Well, what do you think constitutes family fun?
Snow tubing in the winter.
Sure.
And going out on the lake in the summer.
There's enough Chuck E. Cheeses around the state to make people happy, or Gymborees. I get it. Health and safety rank, Wisconsin is 17th. And if you're following at home, so far that's a 37 cum. Education and child care rank, Wisconsin gets a 10. That's great. Affordability rank is 12, and socioeconomic rank is 7th for a grand total of 60.58. Did you know, what would you have guessed before I sent this to you as to what state is number 1?
I probably would have said I don't know. It's definitely not those New York or California. I would say maybe Georgia or somewhere around there. North Carolina, South Carolina.
Okay. Well, New York, tough guy, is number 6. So
They
what
don't
do you think
deserve
about that?
Where's the affordability rank on that one?
Well, they don't affordability. They're 9th. I don't know. This must be like ass backwards or something. The way they're ranking these.
Because
Connecticut is number 1, which probably means I think the higher the score, the better.
Yeah, because
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think New York should be like 1, but
yeah, I would have guessed, honestly, probably maybe not Wisconsin number 1, but Minnesota has a good quality of life. Michigan, I would have thought probably it was a Midwest state, but Massachusetts is number 1. And that doesn't surprise me. At the end of the day, they have great schools, healthcare. I think they get high marks. Minnesota is number 2. Going around the horn here for other Midwest states, Minnesota is number 2. North Dakota, number 3. Their health and safety rank is number 7 because no one lives there. You're safe. Unless you get a flat tire. There's no one there to help you change it. Education and childcare, they get a 4. Affordability rank is a 22. I don't understand this, but I've been there. I mean, people in North Dakota are lovely. I don't think that it's a great state, personally. I don't think you can compare it to Wisconsin or Minnesota or Michigan or other Midwest states, if it's even considered a Midwest state. Here's another one I disagree with. Nebraska is number 5. Now, Omaha's a great town. Lincoln is fun. But
it's a great audible, too.
It's a what?
Great audible.
Nebraska?
No, Omaha.
Oh, my God. You just shoehorned a Peyton Manning joke into the show.
I'm sorry.
Omaha. What's Rodgers? What does Aaron Rodgers say?
Green 18.
Green 18.
Or is it Green 19? It's one of the two.
What do you think about him? Is he done?
Oh, yeah. He has. I mean, actually, I don't know. He probably doesn't want to. This is what's going to happen. He's going to sign to a team, have a good game, and then retire. Because I don't think he wants to go out on a pick 6.
That's a good defense.
It's a great defense.
All right, so there you go. Conrad says Omaha, Nebraska. Nebraska's number 5, though. Illinois is number 9. Where's Michigan on this list? So we got the Midwest states made a good showing. Michigan actually is really far down, 35th. I wonder what their score was. Anyway, they're all good states. We're Midwesterners. We love it. We get high ranks. But Wisconsin, no, that's a pretty good score. Number 4 overall. Best states for families in Wallet Hub's very vague poll. Good stuff. Here's another thing I thought was cool, Con. Garlic might make your breath stink, but it makes you smell sexier.
Does it?
Well, that's what they say. And all right, here it says all right, in this was, what was this? The researchers, this is just a Google research poll, I think it said. It obviously makes your breath smell worse. I would disagree with that. I don't mind garlic breath because I like garlic so much, the taste. When I smell it on people's breath, I'm like, oh, that lucky bastard just ate garlic. So I kind of like it, and I'm not just saying that to be funny. But it can make your sweat smell sweeter. Basically, what you eat affects your body odor in 2 ways. Through your gut and through your skin. As food is digested, gases escape out of your mouth, and the rest works through your bloodstream and comes out in sweat, where bacteria turns them into smells. In one study, women were asked, poor women, in one study, women were asked to sniff a bunch of men's worn armpit pads. Who signs up for that? And they rated those who ate a lot of garlic as more attractive. How do you like that? So eat the carb-heavy diets, meat-heavy and carb-heavy diets smell less sexy than others. You kind of have to. Probably helps if you're good looking.
All right, well,
don't go around asking women to smell your armpits.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Are we a love connection?
Are we going to go get some garlic during this break?
Let's get some garlic and let's saute it in some olive oil. There you go. All right, we're coming back next to read your text. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
This is a message for your dog. Pet Supplies Plus in Swamico has a brand new store featuring treats, balls, toys, and food. Go for a walk through the store and spoil yourself at the new grooming salon and expanded dog wash. And yes, they have supplies for other pets too, even cats.
Sturgeon Spirits of Oshkosh. Next door to their cocktail bar and tasting room on Oregon Street is the Ready Room, open for your next event. A private bar with aviation-inspired detail. It's ideal for intimate parties, conferences, or special occasion parties and reunions. Sturgeon Spirits, 2663 Oregon Street in Oshkosh, and at grocery and liquor stores throughout the Fox Valley. Wherever you go, buy local, drink local, and take a piece of Oshkosh with you. SturgeonSpirits.com.
Keeping you informed, entertained, and connected to your local community. Here's Terry Barr with the Civic Media Radio Network.
She recently walked across the stage at the top of her mechanical engineering class at UW-Platteville. But few people knew Trinity Schlorf's, already a winner after a piece of her art, was picked for display at one of Wisconsin's iconic spaces, Lambeau Field. The Reedsville woman's piece, Not Just a Team, a Legacy, was inspired by family and Packers traditions. Schlorf discovered the contest just weeks before the deadline and balanced it with her final engineering coursework. And when the Packers called to tell her she'd won, she was taking a break on the kitchen floor, petting her cats. You can see her work hanging inside Lambeau Field, capturing the spirit of a team and a legacy passed down through the generations. You can also read more at WGBW.FM. Until next time, I'm Terry Barr.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite. I am so excited. 28 years later, Bone Temple opens this weekend. Very excited to see that. The second film in the new trilogy of the 28 years franchise. I'm not even a zombie guy. I keep saying that, but yet I keep watching zombie films. So maybe I'm a zombie guy. So that's exciting. Let's get to some texts, Con. You know what our question is? Do you remember?
Well, it's who is your favorite, I guess who is your crush, TV or movies?
Correct. Favorite current movie or TV crush or celebrity. You can put anybody out there. Brett from the 920 says, my movie crush was Betty White, but she's gone, so I'm in need of a new one. Betty was wild. She knew things I want to know. I have no idea how Brett knows that, but I love that. Thank you, Brett. Monica from Mount Horeb in the 608 says, Tom Hiddleston. Really liked him in The Life of Chuck, and he seems like a decent fellow in interviews. I hold a grudge if someone doesn't take precautions. This is a new thought. Okay, she's talking about Conrad and I said we were both under the weather. She said, I hold a grudge if someone doesn't take precautions. When I'm sick, I clean door handles, microwave keys, remotes, pens, so as not to spread my cooties. So I get upset when I see others who are sick, but don't give me the same courtesy of trying to disinfect. That is annoying, Monica. I agree with you. But I feel like most people don't do it. I mean, I'll be honest. When I have to sneeze, I go into the control room where Conrad is. I'll sneeze and then close the door. Kind of hotbox him, so to speak. That's probably how he gets
That's
sick.
why I don't feel good.
No, I'm with you, Monica. I don't know what you do, though, because there's so many people that don't care. Or they look at it as a sign of weakness almost if they look out for others, whether it's a mask, whether it's wiping door handles or whatever. I think it's kind of lame, but great text. Thank you. Steve, Conrad's dad from Florida, says, I still have a crush on Marsha Brady from the Brady Bunch. Marsha. Thank you, Steve. Steve, what do you think about Ben Stiller's wife? I can't think of her name right now, but she played Marsha in the Brady Bunch movie with Gary Cole and Shelley Long and was really funny.
Christine Taylor,
that's right. I don't even know if they're still married. I think they are.
Yep.
But I think...
Married since 2000.
So they're still married. Okay, good for them. Good showbiz couple. I think a lot of guys had crushes on Marsha Brady, Steve. I'm only telling you that because I'm not saying you're out of the running, but you are married to the lovely Paula, and you have a lot of competition for your choice tonight. So just putting that out there. And Conrad would be heartbroken. What would you think if your dad left your mom for Marsha Brady?
No comment.
You'd be sad, but, she's a celebrity. Maybe she'd be on MILF Manor someday. Then you could say your stepmom's on MILF Manor. I'm sorry, Steve. Mark from Prairie du Sac says, I always thought Yvonne Strahovski, I think I'm saying her last name right, from Chuck was something special. She was great in Dexter. She played a serial killer in Dexter. And I remember her also from 24. Really good actress. That's a really nice, obscure pull. Love it, Mark. Thank you. Brett also says, in reference to our conversation last hour about coaches and LaFleur and all these coaches who are now available. Brett says, remember, no head coach has ever won 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams. Is that true? Didn't Parcells do it? No, he went to Dallas. They didn't win one because Dallas sucks. Where are we going here? We've got one more here, or 2 more here. Colleen from Richland Center says Kate Hudson is her celebrity crush or movie or TV crush. I like that, Colleen. And I like Kate Hudson. Did you see Song Sung Blue, Colleen? Let us know. Nick from Marshall in the 608 says, my celebrity crush when I was 8 was Gwen Stefani, and now I would say Sabrina Carpenter. Nick has a type. I don't know if you picked that up, Conrad, but... he obviously likes those blonde pop stars. Nothing wrong with that. So let us know, folks. Be part of the show. Coming up at 6:35, Olivia Witt, very funny stand-up comedian, originally from Wisconsin, who is in New York now. She will be here, and very excited to catch up with Olivia. She's been on the show before. Our question of the night, as I just said, was what is your current favorite celebrity or movie crush? Or movie or TV crush, I should say. We have a clip from Olivia, too. I want to play this before she comes on. Do we have that ready? This is Olivia Witt, our guest at 6:35. Very funny clip from this very talented stand-up comedian.
This documentary called What the Health. Have you seen this? It's on Netflix. It's a pro-veganism documentary, and instead of making like a moral or ethical argument for veganism, it says that veganism is the healthiest thing you can do for your body. And they use like a lot of scare tactics in this. Like they have like a whole scene where like a 1960s housewife is cooking, but then what does she put in the hot dog bun? Oh, it's a cigarette. And we're like, eating one hot dog is the cancer equivalent of smoking 3 cigarettes. You wouldn't give your child tobacco? Why are you giving them deli meat? And then it's like black and white. Blood is running down the sides of the screen. And I know I should have walked away from this documentary being like, wow, I need to be thinking about what I'm putting into my body. Instead, I left being like, wow, maybe cigarettes aren't that bad. You're telling me 1 cigarette is the cancer equivalent of a third of a hot dog? I eat hot dogs all the time. I could afford to be cool.
That's great. Olivia will be here after news, sports, and weather, which is coming up in just about a minute. If you watched the Golden Globes, folks, you've got 11 new shows. This is what I love about award shows. Even if you don't like to sit through them, all these great shows that were nominated are shows that you need to put on your radar, whether it's Severance or Pluribus or The Pit, and all the movies that won too. So definitely check out, do a Google search. If you're looking for something to watch, go to the award shows. That's where all the great suggestions are. And I think it was One Battle After Another, one in musical comedy. Hamnet won for drama in films. And then you've got all these great TV shows like The Pit and Adolescence and Hacks. So much great colored television out there. Check it out. All right, we're coming back with Olivia Witt. That is next on Nite Lite after the news. It's Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
WGBW and WGBW.FM.
A new report showing inflation remains stubborn. The Consumer Price Index rising in December, showing 2.7% from the same time last year. Still, President Trump spent the day touting his policies at the Detroit Economic Club. ABC's Mary Bruce has more on the president's speech.
He isn't out there saying, I understand this is difficult, stick with me. Instead, he is simply sort of plowing ahead and insisting that his policies are working and that Americans need to essentially trust him. The question is whether or not Americans are going to continue to stick with him based on what we are seeing from the reality of these economic numbers.
In Minneapolis, at least 6 federal prosecutors based in the city have resigned, according to multiple officials. It follows the deadly shooting of Renee Good last week by an ICE agent and concerns the prosecutors have about the Justice Department's focus of its investigation. In South Carolina, health officials say they've recorded 124 new measles cases in the state's outbreak since last Friday. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Cloudy, breezy, and a light wintry mix possible tonight with a low in the mid-teens. Sunshine returns for tomorrow, still a touch breezy, but much colder with a high near 20. Snow ahead for Thursday and Friday. The wind will pick up and colder temperatures will move into the area. It's 39 right now.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Civic Media.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on Earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals. So I made the call.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite. Our question of the night is, who is your current movie or TV crush? Conrad's mom says Noah Wyle. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Can you imagine if your dad left your mom for Marsha Brady and then your mom ditched your dad for Noah Wyle?
Well, will that make me a Nepo baby then after that?
You'd be a Nepo step baby. And there's nothing wrong with there's
I'm
no
going
shame
to,
in
I'm
that.
going to show business then, Pete.
I think you already are, buddy. Don't you think this is
This is show business.
You're in the Catbirds. This is the primo gig in show
that's
business,
true, that's
producing
true.
Nite Lite. So you just keep up the great work. All right. That's our question of the night, folks. Who is your celebrity movie or TV crush at the moment? They do change, so that's why I say at the moment. Right now, I'm very excited to welcome my next guest. She is a stand-up comedian and a Wisconsin native who makes her home now in New York City, and she's just really funny. We just heard a clip of her before the break, and she joins us now on Nite Lite over the stream, Olivia Witt. Hello, Olivia.
Hey, Pete. Thank you so much for having me back.
It's great to have you back. I'm excited for you because, you know, you left Wisconsin, which we just talked about is the fourth best place to raise a family, and you went to New York, which is the eighth best place. It's not a big trade-off, you know? So if you ever decide to have a family, yeah, you're in good shape.
Yeah, eight is shocking to me in terms of best place to raise a family. The kids here, though, I will say they're a whole different breed. I mean, I went to get my nails done the other day, and the 8-year-old girl was getting her nails done, maybe even a little bit younger than that. This is like, I have no idea how old children are, but she's getting her nails done with her mom and came up and was like, and I'm going to show you all of my colors. And I got a bunch of different colors on all different fingers. And she like went through and she was like, pink because I'm a girl, green because it's spring, about to be spring, yellow because that's my favorite color. And I was like, I didn't even ask once. Like, this is crazy that just they're so comfortable with people. It's crazy to me.
That is, are you enjoying it there? You've been there now 2 years, a little over 2 years?
Yep. Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Probably at this point, not quite 2 years. I moved here at the end of February.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm loving it. It's been great.
It must be exciting because you know, I know you kind of made a name for yourself here, but you are in the stand-up comedy mecca pretty much. I mean, New York City is where so many comedians come out of. There's so many great venues, or at least there used to be. That must have been exciting. Do you feel like a New York comic now?
A little. I mean, I feel like I'm very much doing the grind. You know, I'm out in the street yelling at people to get in rooms for shows. They don't like it when you call it working the corner. I found out. Wait,
do they do that?
Yeah, so you can get hired to like hand out flyers and stuff before the show. A lot of times places will trade you stage time. Like if you start going to open mics and things like that, they're like, hey, you did pretty good at our open mic. If you want, we'll give you like a 4-minute spot at a club if you want to like stand outside and hand out flyers and tell people to come in. It's called barking. You bark people in, I think, because you're kind of barking at them like a dog as they're trying to walk from one place to another. But
that is hilarious. I had no idea.
Yeah. I have been showing up to that just being like, yeah, work in the corner. They're like, please don't call it that for legal reasons. Don't say that.
You can't. There's really no good way. If you're working the corner, that has negative connotations. If you're barking at people, and it just says insanity. So it's
the same
either
thing.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Do you miss Wisconsin when it comes to doing stand-up, or are you just like, no, this is where you have to be?
Oh yeah, I do. Absolutely. Especially, with New York, you're competing against everybody. Like it's such a big thing of if you have a show that night, you can try to get people in because there's so many people, but everybody does know if you go down the street, you can go see Bill Burr or you can go see Mike Birbiglia or someone else. And you're competing with the most comedians. So even though there's like a ton of people who are down to see shows, that they can go and watch shows and be like, that wasn't as good as the people we saw last week. And they went to go see somebody who sells out theaters, So you're competing at a level that is you're at kind of the highest level. Whereas when I was in Wisconsin, it was kind of like, okay, I'm going to drive out 2.5 hours outside of Madison, go to a town where the entire town is coming to see me do comedy. And it's like their big night. Like we have a show going on. Everybody from town is coming in. We're all sitting there watching the show. We're going to yell at them and be like, talk about Jeff. We love him. And afterwards, they're going to come up and be like, that was great. I also have jokes about men, but I can't say them in front of my husband. And you're like, what is going on here? People like say too much about their personal lives to you, things like that. But in New York, it's very much like everybody's just kind of knows what's going on. So if they go to a show and you don't do well, people will be like, well, you didn't do as great as the people we saw last week or whatever. So people are a little more discerning.
Yeah. I would think you'd want to be there though with, even if you're competing against Bill Burr or Sarah Silverman or whoever's in town or working there, because as nice as it is to be maybe a big fish in a small pond, you can only go so far with that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it really is. It's so nice to be here, at least during the week too. Shows in Wisconsin were great on the weekends, but it was kind of like Monday, Tuesday night. You were going to maybe a open mic with, the same 10 people you always saw. Half of them have kids and this is like their time away from their kids. So they haven't really written anything new. There's like, several homeless guys who've walked in on the street who were just like, I'm going to give stand-up a try. There were UW college kids who were blackout drunk who show up. You're competing with kind of more of a madhouse situation in Wisconsin. In New York, it's very fun because I can go to several mics a night. I can go kind of bop into one. I went to an open mic before this, came home doing this interview. I'll probably actually go to one at 10 p.m. tonight in Manhattan. So the grind never stops. You got to kind of always bounce around, but it's also crazy here because you can go to an open mic and be like, oh, cool, I have to follow an SNL writer. Like that's a real thing that happened. One of my first open mics I went to in New York City, I had to follow a guy who wrote for the other two. And he had a great set. He's a professional writer, but it's cool to just kind of be in that mix, even if you're at the bottom.
Absolutely. So explain to me a little bit, Olivia, like you got there, did you have a lot of connections or was it hard to get stage time initially? I would think it would be. And now 2 years in almost, do you feel like one of the working comics, is it your community? Do you feel entrenched in the community there?
Yeah, I would say so. I felt like I already kind of had a little bit of the idea of the community. It's very different than Wisconsin. Wisconsin was very close-knit. It was kind of like when you were new, you felt very new. And then when you were established, you felt very established. I feel like I haven't really felt the same change in New York. Before I moved to New York, I really wanted to, I was looking at potentially moving to LA or maybe even Chicago. And I ended up doing a lot of comedy festivals where I would go and travel to someplace far out and meet a bunch of other people. So I kind of feel like I've made a lot of my friends through that festival circuit, because those are things where it's like you go to, Bozeman, Montana for a weekend and you're staying with everybody and you're hanging out with everybody. And as a result, you make a lot of those friends. And so a lot of those people already lived in New York. So it was really nice when I moved here. I felt like that was a community for me. I feel like there's a lot of ex-Chicago comedians that I saw when I would go up to Chicago. They kind of have their own scene here. I grew up in DC, and that weirdly, I've met a lot of like DC, DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia comedians who that's been nice because I can like talk about, where I grew up. And then also I will say anyone who came out of anyone who did comedy for even a little bit of time in Wisconsin, if they find out you're from Wisconsin, it's very much like, oh my gosh, what part? What did you do? Where'd you go? And there were people even here. There's actually a guy who lives in my neighborhood now. I don't know if you've had him on your show, Taylor Wolf, but he lived in Madison. And I think he moved right before I moved to Madison. So we just missed each other. But he has been so incredibly nice to me in terms of anytime he sees me, he always comes up, is like, how are things? How was Madison? It's just when you know a lot of the same people, it's really helpful. And comedy is so huge here. That's the thing, is there's so many of these kind of micro communities within comedy, because you'll go to a mic and you'll see a group of people, and then you'll go to that same mic the next week and it'll be a completely different group of people. So you're seeing all these different people all the time. It's hard to kind of maintain connections, because with comedy too, everybody's trying to go to different rooms and try out their jokes in front of different people and go on the road. And so people will be away traveling for a while, and then they'll get back, and it's hard to kind of maintain a routine and maintain seeing people for a while.
My guest is Olivia Witt. She's a very talented stand-up comedian living in New York City. She was in Wisconsin for, would you say, a cup of coffee? How long were you here, Olivia?
I was there for 5 years.
Okay, that's pretty. And you started here, right? No, that's great.
Yeah, I started comedy in Wisconsin.
Oh, that's outstanding. Let me ask you this, and then I want to ask you about this cool sketch thing you're doing. But has living in New York now, has that? I'm sure you write about it, but have you changed as a stand-up or as an artist, or are you still kind of the same style of joke writer?
Oh, I think I've absolutely changed. I do a lot more topical, current event-y stuff. I think that's kind of hard to do in Wisconsin. You tend to cater to your current audience. It is something where a lot of times I would end up talking about dating or things like that in Wisconsin, because I felt like that was very homogenous and a lot of people could relate to it. And in New York, I do feel like, I can talk a little bit about the TV shows I'm watching and things going on in the news that I maybe couldn't have otherwise done if people were like, what? We don't, this is too far out of our current zeitgeist or whatever. Also weird. I had a couple of football jokes about, Aaron Rodgers, and in Wisconsin, I remember knowing a lot and talking a lot about football. I was like, this should do well in New York. Everybody in New York's pretty they know about stuff. Nobody knows about football here. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's if you like football, you're living in a house with a good TV, and so everyone here's we go see Broadway plays. Nobody. I can mention I have a joke about Hamilton, and it does so much better than my joke about the NFL, and I think
Aaron
that's
Rodgers.
so funny.
That's great. Tell us a little bit about, you have a really cool sketch comedy show you're doing with your sister, Diana.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes, absolutely. So this is my sister. First of all, a little bit of backstory on my sister. My sister is 4 years younger than me. She lives in LA. She works for a talent agency. She's become very LA. She does cardio dance. And last time I went to visit her, she was like, well, you got to go to the sound bath and get a collagen smoothie afterwards. But she does a lot of sketch stuff. She's involved in UCB. She's on a couple of house sketch teams. She always has been very funny. We always have been very funny together. So we wrote what we're calling our duo show. It's a one-woman show, but get this, 2 women. huge, groundbreaking. You know, in today's current political climate, what people need is just 2 more white women doing little bits with each other. We feel like we're really bringing that to the community. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff that my sister wrote. It's a lot of stuff that I wrote. It's kind of all about us growing up being sisters, looking for fame. What she brings to the table is her LA lifestyle and her, quick-witted sketch writing. And I've come from like a, New York stand-up, fast-paced, holding the mic situation. So we kind of combined our 2 interests. Yeah.
Let's pick up right there. We're going to do a really short break. We'll have a few more minutes with our guest, Olivia Witt, the very funny Olivia Witt. We're coming right back on Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
City traffic's moving way too slow.
Big deals. WGBW has some big news. Introducing the brand new Green Bay Big Deals. You can save at least 30% on gift certificates from your favorite local businesses and keep your money right here in our community. Craving lunch? Planning a night out? Looking for the perfect gift or a little treat for yourself? Green Bay Big Deals has exactly what you want. Go to WGBW.FM right now. Click the Big Deals banner and stretch your dollars further with Green Bay Big Deals.
Wine country is closer than you think. In fact, you don't even need to go all the way to the airport. Green Bay's only winery, Mona Rose, specializes in craft wines from North America's most famous grape-growing regions, including robust California Cabernets and ice wines from the pristine Niagara watershed. Stop in for wine and cheese at our intimate tasting room at Mona Rose Winery on Packerland Drive in Green Bay and discover your new favorite bottle.
Hey, Lombardi neighborhood, do you want to get your voice heard? It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411, and this is the perfect opportunity to listen in to what's happening in your neighborhood with the quarterly Neighborhood Association meeting for the Lombardi Neighborhood Association. They're meeting on Wednesday, January 21st at 5:30 p.m. at St. Mark Church for their quarterly neighborhood meeting. You and your neighbors will get to hear about what's happening and share any concerns or ideas on how to improve where you live. Head to WGBW.FM and click events to learn more.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation, gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Learn more at nationalparks.org/foundation.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor today at score.org.
This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. We are broadcasting statewide from beautiful downtown Green Bay. Craig Anthony Knitt on the stream says, Pete, Jamie Lee Curtis will always be a beauty as well as just a fun person. I think I'm going to crush on her. I love that he just concocted that like after the question was asked. It doesn't sound like Craig put any thought in that until he heard the question. So thank you for the text, Craig. Sorry. Very excited to have my guest. Olivia Witt is here for a few more minutes. She is a New York City-based stand-up comic. She spent I wouldn't say a cup of coffee, a few cups of coffee, maybe some cold brews here in Wisconsin. And she is with us now over the stream. Olivia, we heard your really funny joke about hot dogs and cancer and cigarettes in the last. I think you could avoid all of those and you'd be just fine. But really good. I love your writing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you're very welcome. What type of sketches are you doing with your sister? Like, and how does it work? Are they all online? Like, you're in New York, she's in LA. How does that work, and where can we see them?
Yes, so we are actually taking this is a live show. We're taking it on tour. We just did it in LA in October, and then over in December we did it in DC or outside of DC, closer to our home in Virginia. And we're looking to do a Midwest tour, so I figured I'd mention it here.
Yes.
Starting in the Midwest. I know some people in Madison. I know some people in Milwaukee. I know some people in Chicago. I think we're going to try to hit those 3 cities, look for venues. And honestly, I feel like with the biggest lesson I've learned in New York with just so much stuff going on and like being here for 2 years, it's really, if you have an idea for something and you want to do it, like I now have enough skills to just make that happen. I know how to contact venues. I know how to be like, look, we believe in the show. We think it's something new. We think it's something interesting. We can sell tickets. So it's been really fun. We had, I think we've sold over 60 tickets total. We had like 30 at our first and 30 at our second show. It's been really fun. It's really just been a very fun way to reconnect with my sister. We have it's like multimedia. We have some stuff that we filmed that we show. We have some stuff with costumes. We have some stuff that's more stand-up-y where it's just us on stage. We have a little bit of everything in the show. It's very fun. It's very zany, a little bit dirty. It's a very good time to be had by all. I will say we think there's something in there for everybody. We do a lot of like movie parodies, or not movie parodies. We have like a parody of The Pit. We have a parody of the show called The Summer I Turned Pretty. You don't really need to see anything to get the show, but
okay.
A lot of stuff of like, if you grew up with a sibling, you kind of just have those bits that you do with your siblings. Right. And we just wrote ours down. It's a really fun time.
That is great. You'll have to keep us posted if you do come out this way, even if it's Chicago or Madison or whatever. Do you have a favorite club in New York?
Yeah. So I was doing some work with Comedy Village in Midtown Manhattan. I have a nice little hosting gig with them.
Nice.
But I'm also working with Greenwich Village. We'll get some spots with them also in Manhattan. But I also really like Brooklyn too. Brooklyn is very, there's more room to breathe out here. It tends to be a little bit more alternative. You see some, newer stuff, more alternative, things like that. And for that, I really like this club in Williamsburg called Flophouse. I know they actually just opened an East Village location, but they're kind of like a newer independent club that if you're coming to New York and looking for something that's going to be really cheap but really good, I think that's going to be your best bet. I think you get the most bang for your buck at Flophouse at either location.
Where do you want your career to go? Like, you do stand up, you're doing very well in stand up. You got this great sketch deal going with your sister. What do you want to do? Do you want to act? Do you want to sell out theaters? All of the above? Where do you see the trajectory of your career going?
Yeah, so I do feel like my true passion is stand-up, but I do really like the show that I'm doing with my sister. I think our goal for the show, at least, is we want to start getting into festivals with the show. There's a great festival in Scotland called Edinburgh Fringe. A lot of people do that and kind of pop off from there. We would love for that to happen. We would love to just take this show, tour it enough where eventually we can get big with it, put it someplace, and then see where our careers go from there. You don't want to have to depend on another person, though, for a lot of that stuff in the future. So I'm still working on stand-up. I'm still doing, my regular stand-up show all throughout the city. I really enjoy stand-up. I really like writing new jokes and things like that. I think my goal is at some point to tour that a little bit more. Would love to, get to a point where I'm opening for bigger names, where I'm headlining, working my way up the ladder there. I'd love to have like television special at some point or something like that. So I will keep you posted.
How fun. Yeah, absolutely. We've got about a minute left. Are you watching anything that you could recommend?
Oh, and I hate to be this person, but a truly heated rivalry has really overtaken me. It's I enjoy it. Oh yeah, this is
heated rivalry. Okay.
It's I don't know, Pete, if I'd recommend it for you, but I'll recommend it to your listeners. It's
what does that mean?
It's about hockey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
don't look like the hockey
it's
type.
not more popular in Wisconsin, but
yeah.
Yeah, it's about two guys, and they're really attractive, and I feel like right now it's all the craze with the ladies.
So that would maybe be your current movie or TV crush, would be one of the guys from Truly Heated Rivalry. All right. Two birds with one stone.
The Russian.
Olivia, this has been fun. Thank you. I'm glad we know each other, and I'm glad you come on the show every once in a while. You're so much fun to talk to. Keep up the great work, and hope we can do it again soon.
All right. Thank you so much, Pete.
You got it. That's Olivia Witt, folks. Just go to the Google and check out her stand-up clips. A lot of them are out there, like the one we played before. She's very funny, and always fun to have Olivia on the show. All right, in Act 3, folks, we've got the Green Bay Llama will be in the studio. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. You'll get to know him. Jason Jerry joins the show at 7:20. When we come back, I'm going to tell you where every state con has different breakup foods. So we're going to talk about what it is in Wisconsin. We'll do that when we come back after the news, sports, and weather. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
If it happens in Wisconsin, you'll hear about it on the station with local news and timeless hits. 97.9 FM, WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. An exodus in the Minneapolis U.S. Attorney's Office related to the shooting of a woman by an ICE officer last week.
Sources say the departures in the Minneapolis U.S. Attorney's Office reflect the concerns of these career prosecutors that the Justice Department is now probing Renee Good, the woman who was killed. Critics say the Justice Department should open a federal civil rights investigation into the ICE officer who fired the shots. But Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says in a statement there is currently no basis for a criminal civil rights investigation.
ABC's Stephen Portnoy. Labor Department numbers today showing inflation still stubbornly high in many categories, including groceries and utilities. The death toll from nationwide protests in Iran surpassing 2,000, say activists. Former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton said today they will refuse to testify in a House committee's investigation of Jeffrey Epstein. In a letter, the Clintons slamming the House oversight probe as literally designed to result in our imprisonment. This is ABC News. J.P. Morgan Chase is reporting a 9% rise in adjusted profits for the fourth quarter, pointing to a strong economy. And CEO Jamie Dimon remains optimistic about the economy in 2026, noting stable consumer spending and business health. A Dallas woman has lost her job over a TikTok that she posted concerning immigration.
The video was posted the same day that ICE agents killed a woman in Minneapolis.
Hey guys, my name is Gia, and I just want to...
The 20-year-old valet at the Dallas Hilton, Anatole, tells her audience that ICE agents are staying at that hotel.
Please warn your family if you or somebody is worried about their immigration status.
Gia says she's heard lots of support for her posting, but...
a lot of people are just wanting me dead, honestly, and I'm scared.
The third-party valet company she worked for has fired her for violating its business conduct policy. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
Mike Tomlin is stepping down as coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers after 19 successful seasons. Tomlin never had a losing season and led the Steelers to a Super Bowl win. Dave Packer, ABC News.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. See
See how we've got you at yougotthis.usaging.org. A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by US Aging.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Cloudy, breezy, and a light wintry mix possible tonight with a low in the mid-teens. Sunshine returns for tomorrow, still a touch breezy, but much colder with a high near 20. Snow ahead for Thursday and Friday. The wind will pick up and colder temperatures will move into the area. It's 39 right now.
Let's talk rechargeable battery safety with tips from the National Fire Protection Association. Only buy products with a safety certification mark. Charge devices on hard surfaces. Don't use off-brand cords and always unplug when fully charged. Charge into fire safety at fpw.org/battery.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills.
They can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Listen, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Let's put ourselves in the right.
Broadcasting live statewide from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who gives edible undies as gifts just because they taste good, Pete Schwaba.
It is absolutely true, folks. Do yourself a favor and dig into a low-rise bikini. Very tasty.
Do those edible undies help a sore throat?
I don't know. Why don't you be our guinea pig? Try it out, Con.
All right.
We'll have so we can Uber Eats some edible panties or underpants over here to the studio, and hopefully that'll soothe your throat. Hey, welcome to Nite Lite, folks. We are just underway here in Act 3. If you missed hours 1 and 2, they can be checked out at civicmedia.us in podcast form. We had a great talk with Rex Sykes and Daniel Pico in hour number 1. They were our guests. And hour number 2, we talked to Olivia Witt, who was a lot of fun. She's a very talented stand-up comedian, spent some time in Wisconsin. I think she started in Madison, and she is now making a name for herself in New York. Always fun to talk to Olivia. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll have Jason Jerry here, a.k.a. the Green Bay Llama. And I am very excited to talk to Jason. He does some really cool stuff here in Green Bay. And it is he is the, I guess they call it the administrator of the Greater Green Bay Society of the Llama. And I have questions, and I'm sure you do too, and you're welcome to share them with us throughout the interview. Going to be very fun to talk to Jason. What else? Oh, let's get to our Con. I think we should reintroduce the question of the night so people can get involved. Here it is.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda. Question.
Question.
Questions.
Who is your current crush from TV or movies? Or it could just be any celebrity. We're not very stringent with the rules here at Nite Lite. Let us know who your current movie or TV crush is. I said Carrie Coon, a native Wisconsinite who is an outstanding actress. She was on White Lotus this last season. And where I first kind of discovered her, I think she might have been in Game of Thrones too, but she was in Fargo. I'm not sure which season, but she played a sheriff and she was excellent. She's a really good actor. Went to UW-Madison. I love her work, and she's not so bad to look at either. Carrie Coon. What about you, Con?
Odessa Azaya.
You almost seem like you changed your mind already from 2 hours ago.
I just, for some reason, forgot her name for a second. Odessa Azaya.
Who you can see in Marty Supreme,
yes.
A movie I still have to see. But let us know who your current movie or TV or celebrity crush is at 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the Civic Media app. It is an absolute blast and a joy to use, and you should check it out if you don't have it. And if you're watching the radio on the stream tonight at X, Facebook, or I almost said Twitter, YouTube, you can drop us a stream comment, and we will read that on the radio as well. Conrad's parents both chimed in, and it made things, I think, maybe a little awkward in the Krieger household because your dad obviously is the hots for Marsha Brady and your mom for Noah Wiley. Your mom's a little more contemporary, though.
I guess so. It's just maybe she just likes the pit right now.
Was it awkward at Christmas?
I mean, they were both there, you know. Wiley, he was
secretly texting their celebrity crushes. So let us know what you think, folks. Be part of the show here at Nite Lite. It is a gorgeous night in the state of Wisconsin, and we are talking about the things that make us happy in life. Movies, TV, radio, comedy, and all kinds of other stuff. Jack from Merrimack in the 414 says, my movie crush, Meryl Streep. I fell a little in love with her the first time I ever saw her in a movie. She was brilliant and has been in every one I've seen her in. She's been interesting and gracious in the couple of interviews I've seen her in, too. She's excellent, Jack. I think the first time I saw Meryl Streep was in The Deer Hunter from the late 70s, an outstanding show. She played Robert De Niro's love interest, but she was married to, I think, Christopher Walken's character, Nikki, and added kind of another layer to the film. But she's outstanding. That's a great text. Colleen, I asked Colleen something about Song Sung Blue. Oh,
if
Kate
she's
Hudson.
seen it.
If she had seen it, yes. And she said, yes, I've seen Song Sung Blue. Loved it. We'll see it again. Based on Milwaukee duo Lightning and Thunder, Neil Diamond tribute band. I think it's the Sardinas is their name. And I have yet to see that as well. I have no excuse. Thank you for the follow-up, Colleen. Much appreciated. Let us know what you think. Folks, recently we had... I don't know what to start with. We have this horrible story about a guy who wedged a sweet potato.
Yeah.
In his sphincter, shall we say? Let's keep
Sphincter,
this
yeah,
radio friendly. And it says the man left, this is from the Daily Star, whatever that is. The man left surgeons baffled when he turned up at a hospital with a 7-inch spud stuck up his bum, forcing them to carry out an emergency surgery to remove it. Would that really be emergency surgery? Surgeons had to cut open a thrill seeker's abdomen to remove a huge sweet potato. The unnamed man, thank goodness, 61, reportedly inserted the 7-inch spud out of boredom around 11 p.m., then went to sleep.
That's just, yeah, I'm bored. Let me do this.
What can I do to cure my boredom? What kind of vegetable?
Not watch a movie, watch TV show.
What kind of produce do I have access to here in the house? And what orifice should I insert it into? And then he went to sleep. This feels pretty good. I think I'll go to get some sleep. He was awoken in the middle of the night by a sudden intense abdominal pain, and his attempts to pull the root veg out manually or pass it naturally failed. That's not passing it naturally. By 4 a.m., the pain became unbearable, and he rushed to a local hospital in China. Baffled, doctors tried breaking the tater into pieces, but it was too tough to crack. So you got to wait till your vegetables are ripe before you insert them. I cannot stress that enough, people. They then attempted to grip it with a wine bottle opener. Well, that could cause some damage, too. What do you got against forceps? After consulting with the patient, the medics decided a laparotomy was necessary. They opened his abdomen and removed the sweet potato directly, finally bringing the ordeal to an end. When asked how it ended up inside him, the patient reportedly told Dr. Wu, "I don't know. It was an accident." Okay. This was far from the first unusual rectal admission. In November, doctors in Taiwan discovered a ceramic cup lodged upside down in a man's rectum. What is wrong with people? Like, they have actual things that were meant for doing this. They're called sex toys. And they're much less likely, I'm guessing, to get stuck. I can't verify that, but I would assume they're safe.
I don't get it. That's just crazy.
You don't get the nutritional value you do from a vegetable.
Yeah, but a spud, you don't need that.
You don't need that. It says this other guy said he sought help after being unable to pass a stool for 3 days. Surgeons opened his abdomen. And what do the surgeons say? We got another one. Another adventurous guy here.
I mean, they probably seen it all, so.
I would imagine. This is another cool thing, too. I saw this earlier. This is from, where is this from? LoveLifeAcademy.com. A rundown of the most popular breakup foods in every state. And the 4 most popular, what would you take a guess, Con, if you had to?
For Wisconsin?
Have you seen this?
No, I just printed it for you. But
So just guess then. What are the most popular breakup foods? They shared, before we break it down by state,
okay,
the 4 top breakup foods.
Ice cream?
Close. Milkshakes.
Okay. And pizza?
Pizza is not on the list.
Oh, well, chicken tendies?
No.
Burgers?
No. In
Chips?
fact, not really. Tacos are one.
Tacos?
Cupcakes. And grilled cheese.
That
you don't go
doesn't sound right to
burger,
me.
you go grilled cheese? A meatless breakup food? So,
well, I guess you're trying to watch your calories, after the breakup.
I suppose. Maybe you're a vegetarian and you just broke up with someone. What do you think it is in Wisconsin, if you had to guess?
Cheese curds.
That is not correct.
Oh.
Grilled cheese, though.
It's grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese is Wisconsin's
Yeah, I guess I could have guessed that now.
Yeah. And this is actually based on the LoveLifeAcademy.com or the Google Trends search data. Here are some of the foods, though. Not top 4, but burgers, as you guessed, cake, candy, chicken noodle soup.
I don't go for that.
No way. I mean, maybe if you have a cold when you break up with someone. Chocolate, not to be confused with mocklet.
Oh, mocklet's
Cookie
great.
dough, cookies, cupcakes, donuts. Donuts should be on any list of food. I'm sorry. French fries, French toast. The French finding their way into people's breakups here in America. Garlic bread. That's a good one. Grilled cheese, ice cream, mac and cheese, milkshake, the aforementioned milkshake, pizza, popcorn, potato chips, tacos, and waffles. What? Like popcorn? That's like a healthy snack.
Yeah. I
don't get
definitely
that.
thought ice cream would be number 1. Because you see, you just like...
You see it in TV shows.
I guess that's not real, but...
Right. So grilled cheese is Wisconsin's favorite breakup food. In our surrounding states, Illinois is popcorn. Again, don't get that. Minnesota, waffles. I didn't know waffles were really big in Minnesota. Michigan, potato chips. I'm not sure I even believe this list.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It says based on Google Trends search data.
Well, and the website,
So-
lovelifeacademy.com.
Anyone, just in those states after a breakup, just typing in on their computer, potato chips.
That's what it is. It was Google Trends.
Potato chips, please.
Yeah.
Not a certain type, just potato chip.
Right, and you're entering it. You're not saying why you want. Like, did you break up with someone? I don't get it. All right, so this did remind me, though. There's a very funny comedian called Taylor Tomlinson. She does a great joke about food and breakups. Let's hear that now, Con.
If you don't know what an emotional eater is, it just means you like eat to cope with uncomfortable feelings. So if I'm like sad or anxious or awake, I'd like to be eating to take the edge off. If you still don't know if that's you, you can ask yourself a few questions to find out. Number one, when you eat nachos in public, do you get kind of mad that other people are there to see it? Do you feel like nachos should come with a privacy curtain? I do. Have all the best meals of your life taken place in your own car around 11 p.m. under a flickering street lamp? Have you ever eaten a brownie while you felt okay and wished you were sad so that it tasted better? Sounds like more than 7 of us.
That is awesome. So there you go. That's the very funny Taylor Tomlinson. Grilled cheese, the number one food that people crave when they go through a breakup in Wisconsin. I don't know if it's true or not, but we shared it. You can make your own assumptions, folks, and hopefully, pardon me. See, Con, I think I got your cold through the glass. I'm blaming you for this.
I don't know. It's pretty thick glass.
All right, pretty good. All right, when we come back, folks, an actual live llama will be here in the Nite Lite studios. That is coming up next. Mr. Jason Jerry, this is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Mercedes-Benz. First we run and then we laugh till we cry. But when the night is falling, you cannot find the light.
From Denmark to De Pere, this is 97.9 WGBW.
With locations in Appleton and Oshkosh, Insight Eye Care has been serving the Fox Valley since 1972, offering comprehensive eye care services. Their doctors also share a special interest in treating chronic dry eye disease, providing specialty contact lenses, and expert pediatric eye care. Find Insight Eye Care on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Improving lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit WIinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard, aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
My Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
But early detection allowed us to take control of the situation together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Welcome back to Nite Lite, folks. I am Pete Schwaba. It is great to have you with me here tonight. We've had a lot of fun here with some great guests, and the train continues. I'm so excited to have this next guest on the show. I've wanted to have him on for a while. I've heard of the legend, the lore of the Green Bay Llama, but it is my pleasure to welcome a guy who his real name is Jason Jerry. We'll figure out what's going on with the alter ego. He joins me now in the studio. Jason Jerry, how are you, buddy?
Good. I am good. I'm glad to be here back in studio.
You've been here before.
I've been here before.
Let's discuss that briefly. Mino and the Mayor.
I was on Mino and the Mayor for the llama work and all that, and they brought me in, and Jim just pretty much asked me a ton of questions about the city and current events the entire time I was on. So it was fun. Yeah.
So you know Jim, you know John, and you talked about. We'll get into the Llama Society for sure, but you have like this. You're a Green Bay guy through and through, right? Are you from here?
I am from here. I've never really left here.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So let's get this out of the way. The game. I assume you're a Packer fan.
I am a fan of particular players, not so much of teams.
Interesting. So, I love this.
Yeah, I find myself to be a fan of certain players more so than the teams. So there are several Packers that I like. Run into them frequently around town, so you can't help but like them. Matthew Golden is a great kid.
Okay.
Lucas Van Ness is also a great guy. So I tend to like a lot of the Packers because we run into them. We hear so much about them. We're in this bubble,
sharing this space,
this little snow globe of Packer lore. So you can't help but like them. As for the game, what a collapse, huh?
Yeah. So, but now I'm curious because you say you cheer for players. I'm kind of like that too. I have my team, but I have to be honest. If there was someone I thought was a horrible human being that owned my team or played quarterback, I would have no problem kind of taking a hiatus from the team. So it sounds like we have that in common. But having said that, the person would have to be pretty terrible because I do like to watch sports sometimes or movies or whatever. So does that make it hard to cheer for teams if you only like certain players?
It does. Like I used to be a big fan of the Seattle Seahawks because I was a fan of Steve Largent. In the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
He was one of my favorite players. And once he retired, I was kind of iffy on them. But then when Mike Holmgren went there, I jumped off the wagon entirely. I had experiences with Mike Holmgren here working in television. And he wasn't a very friendly guy. So
no kidding.
I backed off the Seahawks then. But now, hey, I'm jumping on the bandwagon this year. Why not?
With the Seahawks.
Sure.
So that's interesting because Mike Holmgren kind of has this folksy demeanor, and Mike McCarthy did too. Now I've heard McCarthy's a great guy.
Yeah,
I've never heard a peep about Holmgren though. So, but you did not have a good experience.
It just, I floor directed the Mike Holmgren show when I was at WBAY, and he would tend to be a little difficult sometimes. That's all.
Interesting.
I don't have any big stories about
He never
it.
got you in a headlock or anything. Or
no. There was a story with Reggie White, and I'll only tell that one over whiskey.
Conrad?
No whiskey here.
Okay. You don't mind making a run, do you? It's not 9 o'clock yet.
Yeah.
All right. So I have to ask you too. Do you have a celebrity crush or?
I have long had a crush on Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, who doesn't?
But that's the thing. That feels so cliche. I was trying to think of someone else. You brought up Taylor Tomlinson a little while ago.
She's
also
great.
a crush on her. Pretty much any female cast member on Saturday Night Live.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. But the one that's really caught my eye lately, her name is Millie Alcock. She was on. It's clean. Trust me. She was on a show.
That's a name. You should say.
She was on a show called Sirens on Netflix. That was amazing.
Oh,
She was also on the Game of Thrones spinoff, House of the Dragon.
Yeah, House of the Dragon. Yeah,
and now she's going to be Supergirl. She made a cameo in the Superman movie, but Supergirl doesn't look great. But I've liked all the stuff that she's been in so far.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, Millie
Alcock. She's Australian, I believe.
Wait, did you say Alcott?
Alcock.
Okay, that's what
with
I
a
thought.
CK.
She changed it. It used to be Millie Sumcock, but she changed that to make herself stand out more. Sorry.
Oh, my.
All right, so tell us about you also. Is that the cable access show you were talking about, the Mike Holmgren show?
No. That was actually on BAY.
All right, so you got some TV experience.
When I got to St. Norbert College, because I've been here my entire life, never left. I went to St. Norbert College. I started a TV station there. It was just all sports.
Nice, dude.
And my football show was called Night Time.
Okay.
So every time I hear Nite Lite, I think nighttime.
You think K-N-I.
I did have, there was a K in front of it.
So what year would that have been? I've had so many friends go to St.
That was
Norbert's.
92 to 96.
Yeah, right. Okay. Oh, that's great.
Went
Okay,
with
so
the Rafferty brothers, if you know Dan Rafferty.
why does it sound
The
familiar?
new piano guys.
I know, maybe I thought I knew him.
Dan Rafferty's a
You know,
big
I'm
name
thinking
around
of Jerry Rafferty.
Yeah, probably. Baker Street.
Right. So, I think that's interesting. I like, first of all, I already like you, Jason. I kind of did because we were Facebook friends and I followed some of the stuff you do. But I love that you just came in here and said, you know, because Green Bay is synonymous with the Packers. You just, you know, but I talked to a filmmaker once and I said, was there any, you know, temptation to put a Packer in the movie? Because he filmed it here and he said, no, the Packers have their own thing. He said, I think we can have things that aren't necessarily, because everything tends to get tied to the Packers.
Exactly.
So Green Bay has to have an identity aside from that, as great as the Packers are. Yeah. And you're kind of doing that with.
And that's what we are doing now because
Yeah.
we don't do a whole lot of sports ball on the llama. It's all news and events. So, yeah.
I love it. All right, that is the voice of Jason Jerry. His alter ego is the Green Bay Llama, and we are going to hear all about that after the news. He's going to tell us where you can find out more information, be part of the fun. He does great stuff on social media, and he is here in the studio tonight. And Conrad, I think we got a Nite Lite window fun.
Yeah.
Have you ever had your picture taken through a window?
I think probably.
Where you weren't breaking the law, Jason?
Oh, the statute of limitations.
Threw a
is not
wrench in
yet
the works there,
expired,
didn't I? Okay, our question of the night is, who is your current movie or TV crush or celebrity crush? And I said, you know, Scarlett Johansson is a little bit of a cliche, but there's a reason for that. She's a fantastic actor, and I love her too, so that's a great choice. We are coming right back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. We will be back with more with Jason Jerry and the Green Bay Llama after this on the Civic Media Radio Network.
You're out of sight. All right, just move yourself and you glide like a 747 and you lose yourself in the sky among the clouds in the heaven cause. Let this groove right up the fuse. It's all right, all right.
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. An exodus in the Minneapolis U.S. Attorney's Office related to the shooting of a woman by an ICE officer last week.
Sources say the departures in the Minneapolis U.S. Attorney's Office reflect the concerns of these career prosecutors that the Justice Department is now probing Renee Good, the woman who was killed. Critics say the Justice Department should open a federal civil rights investigation into the ICE officer who fired the shots. But Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says in a statement there is currently no basis for a criminal civil rights investigation.
ABC's Stephen Portnoy. Labor Department numbers today showing inflation still stubbornly high in many categories, including groceries and utilities. The death toll from nationwide protests in Iran surpassing 2,000, say activists. Former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton said today they will refuse to testify in a House committee's investigation of Jeffrey Epstein. In a letter, the Clintons slamming the House oversight probe as literally designed to result in our imprisonment. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Cloudy, breezy, and a light wintry mix possible tonight with a low in the mid-teens. Sunshine returns for tomorrow, still a touch breezy, but much colder with a high near 20. Snow ahead for Thursday and Friday. The wind will pick up and colder temperatures will move into the area. It's 39 right now.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
I'm Angela Bassett. For 33 million Americans, one bite can cause a life-threatening reaction. Now, there's a needle-free option for epinephrine. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready-to-act.
Kids across America are going to school hungry every day. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. Learn more at helpnokidhungry.org.
We've all felt
I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite. Our question of the night. You still have time. Who is your current movie or TV crush? Sydney Politics on the stream. He is not Sidney Frankenstein tonight. He is Sydney Politics. I respect that. He says, as you know, Pete, I am happily coupled with Rachel, so I reject this evening's question. Happy New Year, though. Conrad,
Happy New Year.
It was directed to you. You can only say that for about 3 more months. So thank you, Sydney. Great stuff. Tomorrow night on the show, Marv Wall, the executive director of the Mulva Cultural Center, will be here in the studio. Jim Healy, one of the programmers of Cinematheque in Madison, and comedian Patty Vasquez. Great show again tomorrow night. Hope you'll join me then. Right now, we are jamming here through Act 3, halfway there, and our new pal, Jason Jerry, is here in the studio. He is the alter ego, or the creator, I should say, of the Green Bay Llama Society. Am I saying that right?
Greater Green Bay Society of the Llama.
Of the Llama. Please, I've done a little bit of research here, Jason, but I still don't quite understand the name, where it came from, or what the group does, so I'm going to leave that to you.
Okay, basically what happened is I had a smaller group of friends who had a Facebook group, and we were talking about city politics a lot, and one of the things that really entertained and intrigued us is when Jim Schmidt, the mayor of Green Bay, decided he was going to walk a live llama across the Main Street Bridge. It wasn't even called the Nitschke Bridge yet, on New Year's Eve. And he created this whole story surrounding the myth of the lucky llama, that if you saw the lucky llama in person on New Year's Eve, you'll have luck all year long. And he went to the media with this, and they all bought into it. And we just thought it was silly. So we decided to take this group, and we made it into a news aggregate. And it caught on, and we called it the Green Bay Llama because I wanted to have something catchy, like The Onion. I just wanted it to be able to be called The Llama.
Okay.
And that's all it was, because Jim Schmidt walked a llama across the bridge. That only happened for like 2 years, and then the llama died, and then they never did it again.
The llama died?
The llama died. Yeah, the llama, it was a real llama from a local farm named Abstract. And when the llama died, they didn't do it again.
Does Jim Schmidt have an alibi? That's my question.
Well, we've brought this up. I brought it up on the air, and all he does is kind of laugh and doesn't really go in for it. But
never been able to officially establish his whereabouts.
No, not really. No.
Interesting. So why did he walk a llama? Where did the llama come from?
You'd have to ask Jim.
Okay.
Not a lot of people even know that. He thought it was a catchy thing to do. He was thinking about a live animal, apparently, that he wanted to walk across the bridge. And he went with a llama. I know, but he wanted it to be very unusual, and he wanted it to attract hundreds of people. And I tell you, for as much as we made fun of it, I ended up going down there, and I live streamed it on the llama.
Okay.
And it was actually kind of a magical experience to see all these people waiting for this llama. And
Wow.
when he walked by, everybody was very excited, and I bought into it. So it went from something we were making fun of to something I really enjoyed.
That's hilarious.
I
Okay,
was
so
very disappointed when the llama died and he didn't do it anymore.
well, can't you get another llama?
Yeah,
or-
you would think you could, but
use
now
a deer. They're all over the place.
Eric Genrich apparently has no interest in walking any livestock.
And I understand he's a pretty good mayor, but that is going to cost him at the ballot box, maybe.
That very well could.
Okay, so all right, so you saw this and you said the next logical thing would be to start a society based around this abstract animal that is not indigenous to Green Bay, to the best of my knowledge. How did the
Green Bay kind of had a lack of local news coverage, hyper local Green Bay, because the TV stations have in Market 69, they've got such a wide range to cover that Green Bay politics sometimes gets on the back burner unless it's extremely contentious or extremely Green Bay politics doesn't get the spotlight a lot.
Okay.
And we wanted to do that because the Press Gazette, as great as the Press Gazette and their writers are, they're not covering it all. They don't cover county board. They barely cover city council. So those are the kind of things we went in really wanting to cover.
Okay.
And I would actually simulcast live stream the county board meetings when I had the time. I don't anymore, but now it's on them to come up with a way to do it, and they're working on that. So that's basically, there was a gap in Green Bay. People wanted a place to speak out, where it was decently moderated. The TV stations' comment sections on Facebook are just abysmal. They're a cesspool most of the time. So I wanted to create something where people could talk and interact with their neighbors in a way that it would be moderated, and hopefully people would behave themselves like neighbors. It's a daily struggle to do, but yeah.
I was just going to say, do you have to boot people occasionally or silence them somehow?
We do.
And then they freak out about free speech, and it's like, well, no, you can't be a jerk,
Every person we ban, we create another enemy that's going to be another very vocal enemy. There are groups out there that are counteracting the llama. I'm not going to name them by name, but we've spun off a few that hate the llama. Yeah.
Well, you've got 10,000 plus 11,000 followers. That's
we're going to
10% of the population of Green Bay. That's impressive.
We're hoping to break 11,000 tonight, actually. We're about 40 people away.
People, come on. If you're listening right now, follow the Society of... Tell me again.
It's the Greater Green Bay Area Society of the Llama. But if you just go on Facebook and type in Green Bay Llama, you'll find it. You'll probably find one of the pages that link to the group. Just type in Green Bay Llama.
So we talked a little bit about this, Jason, like that, politics, and is it more about local issues, or do you have a slant or an alignment with any particular party?
We certainly try to have no slant at all, just like you would hope to see from WBAY, FRV, and all your local stations. I'm a journalist by trade.
Yeah.
And so I try not to have an opinion on things. I am a centrist. I'm a moderate.
Okay.
I don't lean one way or the other, even though there are going to be people on either side that say I do, because if you're not 100% with them, you're against them. So we have people on the left think we're far right. People on the far right think we're left. Some of the comments do skew to the left, but that's because Green Bay also does as a voting bloc.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Green Bay skews a little liberal, so that's where
It's
that
a pretty
comes
good representation of the population.
It is. It really is. Yeah. Well, when you've got 10%. It's pretty much scientific.
Great point. What is the craziest issue you've ever covered on the llama on Facebook?
The craziest issue?
Or something that got out of hand, or something that was...
not really for a comedy show, but the one that
we'll
really
make it funny.
Recently got out of hand was the incident at Cinnabon. I don't know if you ever
that was
heard
horrible.
The racial incident at Cinnabon. That got out of hand. I had to pause many... put the freeze on many threads because of that one.
Oh my gosh.
And then when the mayor went out and issued the proclamation in support of the Somali community, that really attracted a lot of haters out there too. So, and anytime there's a protest or something that links to a national topic, those are the worst, the absolute worst. I love to keep things local, but when there's someone's protesting something, that makes it inherently local. It's just we try to steer the discussion away from the national of it all, and it's impossible.
So here you are, this centrist, as you call yourself, running this local page, over almost 11,000 followers. Do people get angry at you? Like, you might as well be far to the right or far to the left if people are going to find ways to be upset with you anyway, even though you're just, instigating a good discussion, hopefully.
Yeah, I get some pretty hateful messages and a couple threats here and there, but, it doesn't bother me. I've been in the entertainment and media field for so long that I'm able to brush that off.
I'm not going to volunteer Conrad's services, but he does bench 270. So if push comes to shove and people mess with our new friend Con, I think you need to take it upon yourself to crack some skulls.
Just wait. You got to wait till I get to three
Gotta
plates.
get to three. That's all right.
I got
fair.
a lot of connections.
That's
too.
fair.
I got a lot of connections with.
Are you in the mob, Jason?
Not anymore.
Okay, you can't talk. You're supposed to talk about that. That's like omerta. So what can you tell us? We just talked about Green Bay. I love that you're this guy. You said you've been here your whole life.
Yep.
You root for certain players on the Packers. I assume it's the same way with baseball or basketball. You seem to be
Not a
more
fan of baseball or basketball,
Okay.
really.
Oh,
I concentrate mostly on football. Back in college, when I ran the sports department and the TV station, I was into everything I could. I had to, except for baseball. I just never could get into baseball.
Huh.
But no, it's mostly football for me.
Okay. So what else? What is Green Bay? Let's say the Packers don't exist. This is your hometown. What is Green Bay's identity?
Well, how about pro wrestling?
I had a feeling you were going to take this somewhere. I didn't know that was the identity, but yeah, let's talk about your connection to.
It's something that has been in Green Bay since 1999 and has churned out a lot of major stars.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't realize that Green Bay is kind of a little epicenter of professional wrestling. We went through some really hard times where we were tough to draw like 35 to 40 people to a show. And then we went through some great times where we were drawing 500, 600 people. It's always cyclical. And right now it's kind of on a little bit of an upswing.
And you're in the Hall of Fame, or the Wisconsin Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm in a couple Hall of Fames. Yeah.
So, and as a promoter, not as a wrestler.
Not as a wrestler.
That's why you need Conrad.
I'm in as a promoter and as a ring announcer. I like to
sweet.
make sure I mention that too.
Do you know Rich LoCascio?
I know of Rich, and he knows of me.
Okay. That's awesome. So what was that ceremony like when you got into this Hall of Fame? That's pretty cool. If that's a passion of yours, that must have been a kick.
What I really loved about it most is my entire family, almost my entire family, came to see me for one of the first times, because my family was not a fan of wrestling whatsoever.
Oh, wow.
But to be honored like this, the fact that my wife and kids and father were there was one of the best moments in my career. So that's what it was like. And it was just real nice to be honored for everything I had done. It was tough times that I went through. I kind of led the Fed through some really rough moments, but kept it alive. And
nice.
A lot of guys got their career started under my guidance.
That's pretty exciting. So, what did you like wrestle in high school, or
No.
how did you get? And is this not? I don't want to say real wrestling, but is this like competitive?
No.
Or is it the more showy sort of?
It is the
theatrical?
entertainment
Okay.
aspect. The
Got it.
theatrical
Okay. Hulk
wrestling.
Hogan, John Cena.
Yes,
Got it.
exactly.
Okay.
Right. It is. I did, because I was working in television at the time. There was a local promotion that wanted to get on television. They had a half-hour block on Channel 32. Channel 32 it was. And me and a couple of my friends from the TV station put together their show. We did it for 2 years. It was on, and it was like really good quality for its time. And by the time we were done, they owed me so much money that I sued and took the company.
That's one way. That'll learn them.
I really wasn't that big of a fan of wrestling. Never was. I watch it occasionally just for entertainment reasons.
Okay.
But I was never that into it. But when I took over the company, everybody was trying. They were convincing me to take it over because they were trying to move the federation to Minnesota.
Oh my god.
The previous owner. So I took it over. I kept it here in Green Bay, and I started, a lot of careers. I helped start a lot of careers for guys like Hornswoggle, Ken Kennedy, the current Raw GM, Adam Pearce, CM Punk came through here. He's kind of a big name. I know you probably don't know a lot of these.
No,
things.
I've heard of that actually.
We started the career, a lot of the younger guys, and also a lot of the older guys coming down off the end of their career, booked them as guest stars too. So we had a nice mix of both.
That's fun. Jason Jerry is here. He is also known as the Green Bay Llama, a wrestling promoter, former newsman, and I am going to hold your feet to the fire on that question I asked you about Green Bay's identity, because I think there's some really cool locations here from a filmmaking standpoint, and we'll get into all that next. Jason Jerry is here. He's going to help us close things down when we come back after this short break. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network. If you are a cigar aficionado looking for a one-of-a-kind experience, you need to check out Appleton Cigar, which boasts the largest selection of cigars north of Milwaukee, with over 700 cigars to choose from, in a walk-in humidor with unique house-blended pipe tobacco, as well as the classic pipe flavors for a bit of nostalgia. The Cigar Lounge offers an impressive variety of spirits and cocktails that pair perfectly with a premium cigar. For the full experience, come to Appleton Cigar at 415 College Ave. For more information, go to appletoncigar.com.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Burso Soil and Septic Consulting in Casco asks you to imagine what it's like to be a young person serving in our military overseas. A taste of home in the form of a military care package can comfort a soldier far from home. Visit sendacarepacagetoday.com to find out how easy it is to let our troops know we care. Let's show them that they're in our thoughts and prayers. From Burso Soil and Septic Consulting in Casco, proud to salute our troops and veterans.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rich Locascio. You're listening to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. I would like to introduce to you the Pine Tree Mauler from Marinette, Wisconsin. He is Pete Schwaba!
All right, from one wrestling guy to another, how did Rich do there, Jason?
Rich really brought it at the end there. He really brought the oomph. I was more of a straight down the line, just give us what we need.
Information.
The trend in wrestling now is to be way over the top with it.
Okay.
And I wasn't. I was a lot more demure about it.
You know, that's so funny you say that. Jason Jerry, by the way, is my guest. He is also known as the Green Bay Llama. You can follow his group on Facebook. They talk about community issues, and it's a very civil discourse. So Don't hesitate, folks. If you're in the Green Bay or Northeast Wisconsin area, check out the Society of the Green Bay Llama.
Yeah, that works. Just look on Facebook.
It's the
for
only
Green Bay
llama pay. But the guy that, there was Michael Buffer who did the boxing
Yes,
stuff.
right.
And then there was his brother who did the MMA stuff. And his catchphrase was just, "It's time." And I always thought that was so mailed in and lame.
Yeah, really.
Come on.
I'm unfamiliar with his brother.
Oh,
Buffer was a legend.
MMA is hard to watch. I used to be a huge fan of it, but it's hard to watch anyway. But he's like this, he kind of has that porno look or something.
Okay.
He's got and he's like, "Yeah, it's time," and it's just
time.
lame. It's Rich Locascio would crush it, or you, Jason. So, all right. So before the break, I asked you to tell me about Green Bay without the Packers. What other aspects of Green Bay? What's the identity if you took the Packers away?
You know what I think Green Bay would have a big identity for without the Packers is the music scene.
Great.
Historically, the music scene.
Really?
Because you've got and the stuff you wouldn't expect, like punk especially. I don't know if you've heard of Green Bay Blah. There was a documentary made not too long ago.
I love that.
I think you'd love it. It really talks about the history of punk music in Green Bay, and we've got some fantastic promoters in this town. From Tarl Knight does a great job with the All Bands on Deck Festival. My friend Tom Smith, legendary concert promoter over at the GB UFO Museum. He's amazing. You got Tom Johnson, who puts together a lot of the stuff for the city, brought in De La Soul. He's over at Badger State Brewing. And then the legends in this town, like straight edge Eric Hammers is a legend in metal and deathcore. And Reverend Norb. I don't know if you know Reverend Norb Rozek. Oh, Reverend Norb, you got to get into Reverend Norb and have him on the show too.
So is Green Bay Blah still around?
Yeah, I don't know where it's showing, what it's kicking around, but you can look it up. It might be on the internet somewhere by now.
All right, we're going to check that out. That's really cool. All right, that's a great answer. Do you have give us, since you're a guy, I've never lived in Green Bay. I host a show from here. I've done stand-up comedy here. I've obviously been to Packer games, and I live an hour north of here. But what would you tell people if they come to town and say, "We want to go out to eat. Where are we going?" You're the Green Bay Llama. You're the guy with the boots on the ground. Where are you going to tell them?
Well, it depends on who's paying me to say that. Okay, my favorite place for breakfast, I hate to give this away, is Bayview Family Restaurant on the corner of Military and Velp. Absolutely love that place.
Is that the hotel?
No, that's the Bay Family Motel down about 10 blocks on Military.
Bayview. Okay.
Bayview. There's like 3 good places to eat on Military because the pancake place is on there too. So
okay.
But
what do you order there? If I go in there tomorrow morning, what am I ordering?
I like the variety of skillets. Whichever skillet is on special. Or I do like classic breakfast with eggs, hash browns, and sausage.
Love it. Okay, that's great. All right. What about a bar?
All my bars closed down. I had some very favorite bars.
Do you have anything
over the course
to do with
of
that?
history. I don't know. Possibly the Howard Johnson might have had something to do with. If anyone remembers Hanrahan's.
I love that name.
Baba Louie's just shut down. That was one of my favorite. Ran a lot of wrestling shows and did a lot of stuff at Baba Louie's in De Pere. But they just closed their doors not too long ago too, as the owner died. I don't have a favorite current bar. So if there's anyone that would like to sponsor the Green Bay Llama
there you
bars, step on up.
There's a joint right over here on Broadway. I pass it every time I go to the freeway, and it's got the big TVs in there, the brick. Conrad lives right by there now.
You talking about Lenny's Tap?
I think it's Lenny's Tap.
It's right.
It's kind of a
across,
cool joint, right?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I've
on the
been
way
in
to
there
Howard
a couple times, but it's on the way. It is on my way home, actually.
What about theater? What's your favorite theater?
Well, it's got to be the Tarleton. I mean,
that's a sweet spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The things that Tarl and Mark are doing and have been for the last several years there. I forget which anniversary they just celebrated. 5 years? Probably longer. I think he's going to yell at me for that. But the Tarleton is really, I'd love to see the Godfather of Green Bay at the Tarleton.
We're trying to make it happen.
That
I've
would
got to
be
get
great.
them a file. I keep dropping the ball because of the holidays. Then I had to go out of town, all kinds of stuff, or go to Madison.
I will be there when you do.
Please. I would love to see you there. Maybe you could do like a wrestling announcer.
I could do a little introduction for you too. Absolutely.
What are you watching on TV? We got about a minute left. Are you binge watching anything you could recommend?
I watch Jeopardy every day with my family, so that's my love is Jeopardy. Not binging anything right now, but I am very happy that The Pit Season 2 is back. I
Yeah.
loved Season 1, so we're watching The Pit Season 2.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, and then Jeopardy. That's I think our first. We've had Ben Chan on, who I'm sure you've.
I tied Ben Chan at trivia at
What?
Zambaldi's. My team, but I was on a team of about 10 people that tied Ben Chan solo. So
he was going solo.
he was solo for fun. And we tied him. But
That is fantastic. That's a great answer too, because Jeopardy's very binge. Like, you get a lot. You must do very well at Jeopardy if you're tying Ben Chan.
I do okay, but some of my close friends are even better than I am.
Okay.
Will, if you're listening out there, Will Sentowski's the best there is at Jeopardy, hands down.
All right. Hey, what did I beat Ben at, Con? We did a quiz.
It was a one-hit wonders quiz.
One-hit wonders quiz.
Oh, I'd like to try that one.
One-on-one, Jerry.
I'd like to
There was
try
no
that.
team. It was me against Ben, and he left here in tears.
Oh, my.
That's not true. Ben is awesome. Love having him on the show. Leslie Iverson says, I used to go to many punk rock shows in Green Bay. Reverend Norb.
Yep.
Not many, not many. What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Leslie, thank you for the text, and thanks for listening.
Many punk rock shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Leslie. And thank you to Jason Jerry. Thank you to Rex and Daniel Pico, who were on earlier, and Olivia Witt. Outstanding stuff. And thank you for all your texts and calls. On behalf of the lovable producer, Conrad, I'm Pete Schwaba saying good night, Wisconsin.
Dream of love so true.